Welcome to the Bubba Army YouTube channel. There you
That's
go.
awesome.
That is pretty cool.
That's super cool.
And you know what? That's why a lot of people hate me.
It is.
Yeah, because
For
they
real.
ain't you.
That's why everybody in this town in Tampa hates me. Because right there.
Yep.
Right there, bitches.
Hello. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Oh, we're not supposed to say that. Hello.
No, you're good.
Hi, Bubba.
What's up?
Welcome to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba, I don't know where Bubba is. I didn't know I was hosting the show until 6 minutes ago, so I'm a little stressed, but everything is going to be okay. We're going to power through this. Are we allowed to talk about Bubba's sickness?
I don't think we're allowed to talk because Blitz is not up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're up?
I am now?
Yeah.
I'm just super low.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm all right.
So
You're
no,
he
up.
was pointing. He
Is
was
that good?
pointing to the his mic.
It was,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Bubba is sick.
All right. We don't know what sick with what.
COVID 3.0.
Yeah.
Okay.
no.
I mean, I don't think he farted into a mic lately, so
Okay.
he should be fine.
Because I think he went live on Twitch briefly yesterday. Is that right? I think I
Yes.
got a notification for that.
Yep.
And I didn't sleep so great yesterday. Fell asleep just fine, but I don't know if my body was running hot. I think I had maybe too many sweets before bed, and I was just sweating. So I
Did you go
kept
trick-or-treating?
no, but you know.
You went out Saturday night. My balls hurt, so I 1,000
none
bits.
of that. It was a very, wholesome weekend. Didn't do all that much, but didn't sleep that well. Obviously, I get the Sunday scaries pretty bad. I'm always like, oh man, I'm not gonna sleep for the week. It's gonna be bad. Blah blah blah. And then I don't sleep because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I got to work a little early today, and I'm like, hell yeah, this is great. And then Blitz is like, I called you. And I'm like, oh, you did?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, I just wanted to wish you good morning. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then you're like, no, just kidding. You're hosting the show. And I went, ah!
Well, Bubba called me, which is like
Yeah.
that, like especially before
In
the
the
show,
morning.
he never calls.
Right.
Like he'll text every now and then, but even that's pretty rare. Like usually something's got to be going down for him to even text.
Because you guys meet before the show.
Yeah, because he knows I come in and we have a meeting every morning.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
Whatever. And then I see him calling. I'm like, uh-oh.
We do have someone in studio that we have not spoken to yet who may have a little bit more insight as they are roommates, relatives, father and son.
Yeah, he's got
Tyler.
all kinds of insight.
Tyler, what's
tons.
up?
Tyler, when did you find out that your dad was sick, Tyler?
When I walked in the door and you told me the news and I had no idea.
The door this morning? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked in here and I told him, he goes, what? He goes, you're messing with me. I said, no. I said, go in and look. I said, Anna's mic's up there. I said, her
Oh,
backpack's.
so he found out when I found out.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that really ruined my day. But I'm good now. I literally was like resisting it, and then I went to the bathroom, and I came out, and I said, I've accepted my reality. Just because it's a lot of stress, and
It
it's
is a
something
lot.
that you
Especially if you don't know.
don't. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
you weren't prepared to
I'm
do
a
this.
planner. I
Yeah.
mean, most people are, but especially when you're covering for somebody else and
Yes.
running the show, and I would have had the segments all cut up and everything.
Right, you
I
would've
mean,
got here a little
I went in
earlier.
cold. Oh
Sure.
yeah, I was like 5:57, and I don't know what we're gonna talk about. So that's
Right.
that can be stressful. That can be a
very,
little stressful.
It's very stressful.
It is, yeah. But we're good.
You did the show prep. You don't know what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, but I like to know like segment by segment.
Have
like,
it loaded up.
Right, and it's now I have to worry about the board because I have to go over that, and I'm fine. But it's like the intro wasn't up, and it's no one's fault, but I didn't know where it was, and so I'm worried about that. I don't have my headphones in. We got 30 seconds to go. It's just it's
Yeah.
just a little bit stressful, but it's cool. We're here. Bubba will hopefully be back tomorrow. I
He
don't
should
know.
be.
Okay.
Are we
all
front
right.
page Willie tomorrow?
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah. We definitely need Bubba for that. So thank you, Tyler. Appreciate you doing a great job.
Thank you.
and you
Well,
kicked
also-
ass this weekend,
Yeah,
Tyler.
he raced this weekend.
Oh, he raced this weekend. Well, tell us what happened. You won. Did you
I did not
win? Sorry. Did you win?
No, it's okay.
He did
Went
not
second
win.
I did not
place?
win. I got 2 seconds. and a
Okay.
third.
2
There you
seconds in the
go.
third.
On the,
No, but
in the
I-
sprints and the
podiums.
midgets.
I did hear though that how are you doing
Boxcar.
in points?
I'm ahead by 72, so I'm still in first.
How much do you get for first place wins on the points?
I don't know yet, but I've heard it's only like 1,500. So
Oh Jesus.
When's the
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby of the races? Because you said you're in first. Like when is the
The
You got what?
Kentucky
You got
Derby.
how many more races do you have this season?
the Super Bowl? Whatever.
2 for sprint cars.
So
Okay.
basically, if you show up and do okay, like
Right.
you should win, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay, and then after all of the races have been completed, like it's a point system, and whoever.
Yeah. So he's got
Yes.
2 more left.
Okay, and I'm sorry, the grand prize is
A trophy.
trophy
Oh,
and some money.
Money. I was gonna say. I was like, how much do you win? Okay, cool. Can you share that or?
Like he just said a second ago, it wasn't that much.
Okay.
$1,500.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm worried about a lot of things right
know.
now. I got Alec Baldwin looking at me. He's about to say something.
He might
so.
shoot you, so be
So-
careful.
So
Hey,
you're asking
well-
questions and just not listening to the answers.
Well, I'm sorry. There's just a lot going on now, Dan. I'm sorry. Okay, it's just a little bit. It's a little bit stressful, but I do. Yeah, thank you, Tyler. Appreciate you.
So much to talk about. Just a lot of stuff has gone on.
Welcome back.
I missed
Glad you're alive and well.
Yeah, thank you. I missed yesterday. I got behind on Sunday, and it's a story. It's a story in itself. So we'll get into that.
My balls hurt, Richard. 1,000 bits.
I actually came in Sunday because we were $4.63 short. No, for real.
I know.
Tyler and I and his girlfriend were at the apartment, and I'm like, Tyler, I was looking at the Twitch, back end Willie's. I'm like, man, we're $4.63 short from hitting this big time, from hitting the next, number, so to speak. And I'm like, you want to go in? And he's like, yeah, Daddy, I go in, Daddy. And so we came in and did like 30 minutes, did like, I don't know, $500, $600.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
So everybody's going to get a small little employee bonus.
Oh, thanks, Bubba.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no
Tyler.
problem.
Thanks, Tyler
Denise.
and Bubba.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Jesus.
Tria Bill, 1,000 bits.
Jesus, you there, buddy?
I'm here.
Okay, just checking. Thanks. But then Sunday, I had something to do Sunday night late. I really can't. Dan knows, and most people here know what we're doing.
Drugs.
Well,
Hey.
most people here
Don't
know
invite me.
that we got this little project that we're doing that we can't really speak of. And I had to do that project at 3 a.m. on Sunday.
Like Monday
morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they met me at my apartment. These guys. It sounds almost shady when it's really not.
I told you drugs.
Yeah. So I at Sunday I'm watching a little bit of football. There wasn't really a lot of good games on
No.
because I was at the track. I got through the track Friday because we had practice, and I was there. Spent Friday night, then Saturday night. Tyler got a third, a second, and a second. I don't know if you guys talked about that or
We
not
did.
yesterday.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Basically, if he races the next two races, he's going to win the points.
Yeah, he's got it all calculated out.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't get home till I probably didn't get home till 3.
Woo.
Ouch.
Slept till noon, ate a little bit, and then ate again at 2. By the way, I'm on a 14.5 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
How do you feel?
Hungry.
Yeah, that can happen when you're fasting.
I'm starving. So I wake up. I can't sleep. I go to bed like at 7. So I go and I can't sleep. I watch the Bucks game, and then I watch the morning show, and it gets to be like 8 o'clock. Now, I took my pills at 4, but I did snack a little bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Would you have some Cheez-Its?
I don't know, Lummy. Doesn't matter.
No.
Wait, was this was Sunday night or last night?
So now it really
Sunday,
matters.
Sunday night.
Okay.
So then I like some chips and dips. Then I kind of got a little GERD kicking.
Oh, chips and dip.
Next thing, I get a GERD kicker, and my pills ain't kicking in. So I'm like, it's 11 o'clock now. It's 11, and at this point, if you guys, you guys all know when you do mornings, it's just a big mind screw.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
it's a giant countdown.
It's an ordeal.
It's like an
what it is.
hourglass. Just the sand is
It
draining
is.
out, and
Yeah.
you're just trying to get to sleep before the sand runs
It
out.
is. It's like an hourglass, and you're just looking at all the grains of sand going like, I'm so screwed.
Yep.
I'm so screwed. And so it gets to be like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling that tired. So I finally just get another one of my gimmicks and pile it on at 11. Now, mind you, I got to wake up at 2 because I got to wake up at 2:30 because I got this
Thing at 3.
this camera crew, let's just say that. And they're coming at 2:45 in the morning to Tara's house. So, and I just can't have them. I got to tell them the address, and then I got to meet them outside. You just can't have them roll up and knock on the door,
Right.
And because we're doing a scene me in my truck, me driving my truck. And it doesn't require any dialogue or anything. It just requires me driving my truck, and there's a guy in the passenger seat and the guy in the back, 2 cameras.
I've
So-
seen videos like that.
So it's not really involved like a lot of dialogue or nothing, but they just got to get, and it has to be in the morning. It has to be 3, 4 in the morning, in order to, because they're recreating something. So we're driving down the Veterans, and they're just like, okay, pick up your phone. Now say hello, and then drop it in disgust, and then pull over, just a bunch of stuff. Well, I'm still on Ambien. Like, I really don't remember any of this. Like, so I'm telling them, you guys, I'm not really very conscious right now. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not, like, really don't know if that I should be driving down the highway. I don't know. I could black out at any time. And they're like, what are you talking about? So I'm just like, we need to go back to my place. So I got the next exit. I turned around on the Veterans, and I was headed north on the Veterans. And I'm like, whatever, you guys just keep filming and whatever, but I'm going home. And I went home because I was really just still real spacey. Like, I was falling asleep. And I told them to go. They got the shot that they needed. And then it was like 4:15, 4:20. Like, I'm needing to come into, I'm needing to start making my way this way. And I just called Blitz. I was like, Blitz, I don't think I can medicate to get up.
Right.
And I think all I can do is medicate to stay back down. So I medicated and slept until about 11. And now I'm back on track. Like, now I'm back on schedule. It took like a day to reset me, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you called, said I'm not doing good.
Yeah.
I want to host a show.
But the thing about the cool thing about it is, and I watched a little bit of the replay on Twitch, is that it's pretty cool. Now, Anna had about 8 minutes notice, or
not
whatever,
even.
6.
that she was going to be the co-host. I mean, that she was going to be the host.
Yeah, the host.
And it's really, I'm very proud of you guys that you guys can hobble together a pretty damn good show. Whereas in some of my lineups I've had, it was not even like it
wasn't even an option.
Yeah, it was like, we got to throw a best of on.
Yeah.
But
Either you were here or it was the best of, period.
you guys did a really good job. And Dan, I think you helped tremendously. And
Yeah,
Anna,
I
you
did.
did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Lummy, you did,
Whatever I do.
all you would do is Lummy is just throw it in there. He'll bury himself.
Yep.
Be like, Anna did a good job, and Blitz did a good job, and Dan, thank you so much. And Lummy, well,
I just did it.
I suck.
Whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Sorry.
He was the previously.
Yep.
He was the high spot there.
You were the high spot. I would have given you the strap, Lummy. So anyway,
Number one, it's hard to host a show, and it's real hard to host a show if you've got 46-second notice, not planning on hosting on a
I
Monday.
was not happy.
and this show is the show. Like,
Yeah.
this is, we do ancillary shows.
Sure.
And you can be
Yeah.
a little loose, and you don't have to be nearly as tight, and your windows aren't. There's just a lot of different things.
You don't have to hit certain breaks, hit certain buttons, like
Right.
make sure things work.
Right. You can be like, oh, this one's messing up, and we got dead air when you're on YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, F.
Yeah.
But when we're on terrestrial with a Twitch kicker, well, then I don't know. It's the show, so to speak.
Yeah.
And Anna, you did a great job.
Thank you.
She did really good.
Maybe I can start
appreciate
taking more time off, and you can just be host.
Oh.
I wonder if I traveled a little bit, you guys could just do as I'm winding down my career, you guys could just do the show, like I'm only going to be like, I could be like Howard, and I'll only be here like 3 days a week.
As long as I have more than a 6-minute notice, I can do it.
Yeah. That's what we might start doing. Like, I'll take Fridays off, and Anna just hosts it. Yeah.
What a great job to have to work 3 days a week, though. Oh,
Yeah,
I
make
know.
$100 million a year.
that's the best job ever.
Actually, Howard talked about you a little bit yesterday.
He did?
Yeah, I have the
he did.
audio.
Yeah.
Was
Like
it-
5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, right, Blitz?
Can I
That's
get it?
awesome.
Yeah.
And you got it?
Yeah, I don't have it like.
Was he saying, I feel so sorry for Bubba because
in
I
a
worked 3
van.
days? I hear Blitz. I swear on my son, I did not hear it, but I can probably predict kind of what it was, and that is, I'm Howard Stern. I feel bad because I make $100 million a year. I only got to work 3 days a week. Here's poor Bubba living down in a van at the river who has to, sell, work at the flea
Hawk
market.
merch.
Well,
Hawk merch.
I was told that he's got an impersonator that does your voice.
He does.
Yeah.
It's a whole deal now.
No.
Yeah, that's
But
what I was told about.
awesome.
so you're right on all that. However, you forgot the begging for your job at serious part.
Yeah.
That's what they dwell on now. Is that every time you call, all you do is beg for your job.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, they kind of were like talking about
clowning me.
No, they were talking about the state of radio, like how radio.
That's how it started. Yeah.
Yeah,
but you can tell it was kind of a setup because they've got a whole skit with you now.
So it's not. Well, that's actually pretty good.
That's awesome.
Kind of like how they do Alex Jones, right? They're clowning me like they do Alex Jones now, but it's all about begging for my job.
Yeah, and I think it's the same guy that does Alex Jones.
Maybe I can just call Howard up this week and just give him a real good beg for my job. And just say, hey, Howard, I know you guys are going with this, but man, I still wouldn't mind being back there. Woo! Can you go put a good word in for me with Scott Greenstein? That only seems to be the only hang-up. They want me real bad. I do. I could move the needle. Please, Howard, please.
Yeah.
Please, Howard. Ask Marsky.
No, it's a different lady than
Well,
that.
whatever. Just go ask the different lady.
Marsky.
Go ask this brand new CEO with a Marcy kicker.
Yep.
Can I get my job back? Please, please, please.
Shabbat shalom, say.
Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, Jennifer
We'll
Witz.
work on that because they're all Jews.
Jennifer Witz is the new one.
That'd be one of the boys.
Jennifer Witz.
Yeah.
Jennifer Witz with the nice.
The nice wit.
But see, here's a couple. There's a couple different ways to take it. Like some people be like, "Oh man, Howard's doing you dirty. He's clowning you." But there's another saying, you got the Howard Stern that's now making you part of a bit.
Yeah. Or it's obviously us. Like they've set this up and talked about it beforehand.
Right.
Right. Part of their show prep.
And Howard and I are, I still get a birthday card. I still get. He
actually put the ring over this time too.
Yeah, he did.
He
Talked
did?
about it again?
Yeah, he did. He talked about it again.
That's awesome.
So, again, I kind of like, now that I kind of like being a skit on the deal. Just makes my value go up.
Means you're over.
I mean, I came in on a Sunday, needed $4.63 and Country Girl and Hierarchy, and God, Iggy was going crazy on that day. I think we did 500 or 600.
That's awesome.
Was he raging?
Oh, Iggy's raging. Have you seen his arms?
It's huge.
It's like, Iggy, you might need listen, I can never tell, but you might want to back it down a notch, man. You look like you're just blowing out.
He came to
Too
the
much?
go-kart track a couple weeks ago, and he's just so hard.
Yeah. It's
He
like
just got a new
Iggy.
tattoo. It's like,
He's got a new tattoo of what?
I don't know, it's on his arm. It's got all kinds of stuff going on. It's complicated.
Hold on. I don't know. It's on his arm. He's got all kinds
Even
of stuff going on. It's complicated.
Even spun Dan out.
Yeah, it did. It really
Montana.
did. He was trying to explain it to me. I was like, yeah, but I had no idea what he was saying. This is like wood. There's like metal. There's like all these different
And
surfaces.
with Iggy, man, you just want to agree with him because
Yeah,
you're like,
I don't
if
wanna
you want
disagree.
Iggy, man, that really looks stupid. He could snap at any time and kill you.
Right. So I just kept complimenting all the
Man,
different
Iggy, that
colors.
looks good. That's probably the
move.
best tattoo I've ever seen in my entire life. What is it? And then he snaps and kills you.
It's chaos. He even said it. Dr. Dan called it accurately. It's chaos.
Yeah.
It is chaos. It was very, very, very disturbing.
So let me. I do have a concern amongst people that know you, so to speak,
Oh no.
that you are really, really blowing the bubble of this kid. Like nobody has really got to see your kid. Nobody has got an opportunity to see your kid.
Because he hasn't gotten vaccinated yet, right?
Yeah, correct. And he can't take aspirin either. So
Well,
if he gets
what I'm
if he
saying
gets
is
a
like-
headache or
I
COVID,
I mean,
he's dead.
listen to me,
Yeah,
Lummy,
he- too
Lummy,
much. Yeah.
Lummy. You and Ashley go to the Stones and to the Lightning and to the Bucks.
we didn't get to go to the Stones.
Okay, but you guys go out a lot, right?
I mean, we've gone to the Bucks game.
Okay, you've gone,
Yeah,
Lummy,
yeah,
more than the average. I mean, you and your wife go out.
yeah.
Okay. And her family watches Little Wilbur, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, but nobody else is allowed to see Little Wilbur. But meanwhile, you guys are going out. Isn't it the same? I mean, because you guys are fraternizing with the public and things like that. Are you paper tigering this kid out where you're never gonna let him, us see him because you think that we're germed out?
No, not at all. No, we're.
Oh yes, that's how it's happening.
No, we're gonna bring him around.
Dan, does it seem like he's kind of blowing a bubble in this kid a little bit?
I mean, the only one that sees him naked is Lummy, so he's protecting him. I understand.
Nobody
He's
wants
just
to see him
protecting
naked, but
I
when you
don't
got
wanna
a
see him
brand
naked.
when you got a brand
Yeah.
new kid that's a month old, you're taking him around the rounds and you're bringing him to work, letting the kid work. Well, everybody gets to see him.
Yeah, it's a weird time though right now, and Ashley's had COVID. She's protected. Lummy's got Teflon prophylaxis. He's protected.
Lummy's too stupid to get COVID.
That's right. COVID doesn't want me.
COVID's like, man, we don't even want to infect this guy.
That's right.
Let's just pass on this dude. we don't even want to. COVID's like, we don't even want to kill this guy. We don't want this guy on our tab.
Nope.
This guy
Keep
sucks.
me around.
This guy could do more damage rolling around Earth than he can dead.
So
That's true.
I understand being a little protective of a baby these days because the world is so weird. I don't think that they're going to make him a paper tiger. I think that kid's going to be
Don't
able
make
to
the
eat
kid a
dirt.
paper tiger.
Oh, trust me, that kid's not gonna be a paper tiger.
Eat dirt and
you think.
vodka shots at 9.
My dad, my mom and dad wouldn't even let me see anybody till I was 7 months old. That's why I got a peanut allergy.
He's going to be breastfeeding when he's 7.
No, that will not happen.
Lummy's going to be breastfeeding.
When does he go
he's
back
7.
on the tee?
Next week.
Are you gonna have a big celebration? Like, oh my God!
He might go right back off.
Somebody
Yeah.
said that the
We're
little
gonna
Wilbur
show
has his own Instagram account now too.
Yeah, she set it up just for the Bubba Army people. Everyone that gave.
That's the
and-
closest you're getting,
Yeah.
Bubba Army. We're never gonna meet the kid.
Is that
Just
like
gonna tell you that right now.
Is that like a cat Instagram account?
I haven't even met the kid. I, Bubba the Love Sponge.
That's
Lummy,
shameful.
like the guy that Lummy works for, the guy that Lummy is Stockholmed to, the guy that there's only one person, there's only 2 people in Lummy's life that are more important to me, his wife and child, as it should be. But I'm solidly 3 on your list. Am I not, Lummy?
Yes, you are.
And I've still not seen this kid. I've not been able to pay my respects to this kid. I gotta have this kid.
You will shortly.
I don't even want to see him now, to be honest with you.
He wants to see you.
No, he doesn't. Blitz saw the kid before I did.
Yeah, he told me he wanted to see you, Bubba.
Yeah.
When I saw him the other day.
But I don't even like you, little Wilbur.
Yeah, Wilbur's been partying with Dumb and Dumber.
Well, how many people have seen? Lummy, a ton of people have seen Wilbur and not me.
I think
That's
only-
kind of disrespectful.
There's only about 5.
5?
Dale Jr. 88 XXX with 1,000 bits.
5?
Yeah.
Maybe like grandparents and.
No, he's talking 5 Bubba Armies.
Oh no,
He's not even
Bubba Army would be 1 actually.
Who?
Blitz.
Who else?
That's it. And then just the parents.
All right, whatever. Blitz, are we on the front page today?
Yes.
And should we then kind of remind people as to what we are? Like,
Sure.
we're like we probably have some new people here. We're a radio program. Now, I probably should have done this 44 minutes ago.
Yeah. There's
But
people all the time.
Yeah, there's people all in and out. So our numbers should be, a little bit better than normal. We're on the front page for the next 3, I think the next 3 or 4 Tuesdays from 6 until 8 Eastern. We're on the front page of Twitch, which gives us a little more exposure. We're a radio. Well, I don't know. We're a morning show that gets distributed across multiple platforms. See, Blitz, I just don't say that you're a radio show anymore. We're a morning show. Or should I say we're just a show? Because some people could watch us later this afternoon.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
We're
On
just
demand.
a show, and we happen to be idiotic enough to get up this hour in the morning and do a live show that's heard on terrestrial radio, Twitch, repurposed as a podcast, YouTube, with a Facebook kicker. So, basically we're a show. My name is Bubba the Love Sponge. I'm a 55-year-old man that had a lot and lost it all. But please don't Google me because a lot of that's not cool. And
A lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, don't Google me. Bubba the Love Sponge, do not Google me because the first 10 stories are not cool. And most of it's not. Yeah, I'd say a lot of it's truthful.
50-50.
Some of it's not.
The stories are truthful, but the reasons might not
if
be.
you actually type in Bubba the Love Sponge on Google, just that, Bubba the Love Sponge. What should maybe I should do it myself.
Well, I got Bing.
Well, I don't want your Bing, to be honest with you. No, who the hell uses Bing?
Just
Right.
Lummy.
Scout and Big Go gifted 5 subs and Country Girl 92 with 1,500 bits.
I love her.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Bubba the Love Sponge. Well, first of all, it shows a picture of me and my ex-wife.
I know that's the first picture.
Then it shows a picture of me and Hogan. It looks like we're holding hands. And then it
I
shows
thought you had your hand in his pocket at first.
And then it shows a picture of me and Stormy Daniels and Jesse James at the Avian Awards in my astronaut suit.
Yeah.
Then it shows a picture of me and Jill the bitch that the woman that supposedly
the Petraeus,
which is not true.
Was it Jill Kelly? Was that her
Joe
name?
Kelly?
Yeah. And then another picture of me at my heaviest. Man, I'm so glad I don't look like that anymore. Then it goes right to the Bubba Army. Oh, then my Wikipedia page. You know that's what they're going to hit first. Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah, you have to hit
Bubba
it.
the
It's
Love
extensive.
Sponge.
I've read through it before.
Todd Allen Clem, American radio personality and businessman, blah, blah, blah. All of it looks so great so far. Early on, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's quite extensive. Maybe just after nonstop wrestling, just don't have to read the rest of it.
Stop looking.
Scout and Big O get the 10 subs.
Love those bitches. Oh, chicks, I should say. Thank you so very much. We're way late, but I wanted to go long, Blitz, because we're on the front page, but
I
yet
know.
we have another hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Lummy, you just got a report that Howard was talking about us again?
Yeah, he opened the show up with it.
That's great.
Look
They
at
started
that.
at 7.
I
So.
actually asked people like, don't you understand that he's laughing at you?
Who cares?
Still
and then,
talking
and
about you.
like he's laughing at you and they're really clowning you, making you look stupid. And I'm like, listen, I actually did respond to one person and I said, don't you understand that I still have a brand and there's going to be a percentage of people that listen to Howard that are now going to maybe explore where we are. And on howardstern.com, they actually had a click-through link to our Twitch channel.
And YouTube.
And our YouTube, which currently is up for dispute. Because they're the mad. They're going to be madder when I face them and say, listen, bitches, that's my feed. I own it. Give me back. Give me my royalties on this stuff. But listen, I'm honored. I don't know that I'll ever work for SiriusXM again. That ship may have sailed. I don't know whose decision that would be, but it's sailed.
Well, I guess it started too with fan emails about you, and I guess they were good emails about you.
And Howard will always be, regardless if I work for him, work with him, work on the same platform or not, him and I will always be friends. I always get a birthday card. I always get a happy holiday card for him, handwritten.
It's very sweet.
He's a very thoughtful man.
Yeah.
Now, Howard, I think probably Howard has either Beth or somebody that reminds him of all the people's birthdays, and he's very good at that.
Sure.
But you always get a handwritten card from him on my birthday and during the holidays, and he's always remained a dear friend. And listen, he can poke all the fun he wants at me. And yes, you can say he's laughing at me. What's not to laugh at? It is very
You
laughable.
laugh at yourself.
Yeah. If I didn't want anybody knowing that I was door dashing, do you think I would have put it up on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or do you think maybe I was putting up in there for some content and kind of a little multi-rib? It's a shoot, but it's also a rib.
Right.
Sure.
I don't really need that $68 that I made that day, but I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't hard to do.
It kind of sums up your life.
I made $68 and I was able to create content. And because of that DoorDash video, Blitz, that's kind of what Howard's harping on the most.
Yeah.
Now I've kind of wedged my way into Howard's world. A lot of people don't understand.
You mean when Howard's poking around your YouTube channel trying to copyright strike all your stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Howard. You
No,
know
of
that.
course not.
Hey, Tyler, I'm going to have to give you by the way, the light stream disclaimer was a good thought, and thank you for going up and beyond, but it won't work because there's music underneath it, so I'll have to cut you a dry one, okay?
Okay, I know Blitz said something about that yesterday, so I just wanted to have it up in case we needed it.
Good thinking. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
He was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just didn't know. So anyway, Howard's talking about us again. What was he saying?
Well, he started.
Well, here's
off with
one
emails.
thing I wanted to emphasize, and I don't know if you guys know that I wormed it in or not, but Anna, I think that you'll see that I brilliantly wormed it in. A lot of people that are a little bit critical of Howard is like all he talks about is COVID and politics.
Yes.
and I wormed in, hey, aren't we laughing? We're laughing. We're having fun, and it's not about COVID and politics. We're having fun. We're laughing again.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see me worm that in?
Yeah, a couple times.
And it was like I did that strategically so that his fans would rally and say, he's right. That's the kind of stuff. And do you know, just Howard probably in the last 4 years, I don't know if this is going to get back to Howard or not, and it's certainly, I never say anything from a disrespectful angle to Howard, ever. But and I don't want anybody to construe what I'm fixing to say as that. But Howard, as he has 4 more years left, he could very well have a mindset that, you know what, it's going to be all about me. My last 4 years is my last 4 years, and I don't want anybody else on my platform doing anything. I want it about me. And you know what? Business-wise, that probably makes the most sense. It really does. My last 4 years of radio, I don't know if I want to share it with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. But I think that Sirius needs to kind of think about life after Howard. And that being said, I've heard estimates between 5 and 8 million people potentially, listen to Howard a morning.
Right.
Are you now? And those 5, let's call it 5 to 10 million. Those 5 to 10 million people that in one way, shape, or form listen to Howard or the replay or something like that. They've been conditioned to men skewing shock jockey type radio.
Right.
That's what Howard does. And so are you just going to, when Howard's done, abandon those 5 to 10 million people and just say, hey, we're going to have a morning show with, Jamie Foxx. It's going to be a celebrity-based deal. Sirius XM seems to be on this big celebrity kick right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. It might work. But you have 5 to 10 million low-hanging fruit that need to be super served. I just can't think that you can walk away and not provide those people something that resembles what got them there.
Do you think that they consider Howard more of a celebrity than a radio guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he definitely is. That's not the question. But they're just saying, "Oh, we'll just plug him in with another celebrity and not plug him in with another radio guy," even though that's what people listen because he's a radio guy. And they're just saying, well, he's not, they don't count the radio part. They just, he's a celebrity. We'll just plug him with another celebrity.
Yeah, I think that they've, Howard, I think in Sirius's mind, Howard is a celebrity, not a radio guy.
Right.
And they don't want radio guys. But really, a radio guy like me, regardless of what Howard has turned into,
right,
from a radio guy to a celebrity,
sure,
his audience likes the radio guy.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, yes.
But he's been commercialized over the last, 10, 12 years.
Oh, there's no question.
What was the show that he was on? He was a judge on? Was
American
it American's Got Talent?
Yeah.
Okay, right,
And brilliantly, he has brilliantly.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Widened his audience and demo.
He has brilliantly gone from bitches squirting on the Sibian to being, America's Got Talent judge.
Yeah.
And, yes, he's brilliantly made that transition. But his audience, his hardcore audience that has changed with him, they also like what I do.
Yeah, they like him because he does radio. They don't like him because he's a celebrity.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
he's good at radio, and that's what they like.
I just don't know why they wouldn't, lock me up and say, hey, we got our guy after Howard. Unless I'm that hated and blackballed. What do I do in today's show that would be problematic in any way, shape, or form over there?
Almost nothing now.
Nothing.
No.
Hello?
Bubba.
Yeah.
How you doing this morning?
Good. Really good.
Man, I'll tell you what, I was listening to that yesterday when you were talking to Howard, and I was genuinely laughing my ass off. I haven't laughed that hard on your show for quite a while. I mean, everything that y'all do is pretty entertaining, but man, I was laughing on everything y'all were talking about yesterday.
And people need to laugh. People need to laugh. And you know what? Sometimes we even get too political and we get too COVIDed out, but we need to laugh.
Yep.
We need to laugh at each other. We need to I don't know. It's just I think that Howard's audience would appreciate me, either being an addition to his channel like I used to be or
Yep.
somewhere else, grooming me to take over for him.
Yep.
Listen, there's only one guy. I mean, you can hate me. You can be Mike Calta or anybody else in this city that hates me. But if you're going to be honest, whether you're, a radio personality in San Diego or you're a radio personality in Bangor, Maine, there's only one radio personality that could step in there and be Howard-like. The guy that was anointed by him and picked by him, me.
I bought my Sirius specifically to listen to you, and when they dropped you, I turned my service off. I haven't really listened to Howard since then, but not saying that I wouldn't listen to him if there was something I could reach him on my regular terrestrial. But we got a lot in common. I talked to you, I don't know, it was a couple months ago. I told you that I was on the road and you come up next to me and wave me down in your F1 or F350. I'm from Terre Haute, Indy. Well, I was born in Tampa, but I've lived in Terre Haute from the time I was 3 to 12. And, I know you went to Indiana State. I used to actually go to the lab school that was right there on the campus. So we got a lot in common. And you make me laugh every day. I appreciate it, man.
How do you listen to us? How do you find us?
And, right now I was listening to you on 820 until I got a little ways out I-4, and now I'm listening to you on the BRN, Bubba Radio Network.
Perfect. That's great. We appreciate
that. I got you on my headset. Listen to you all day long. I practically listen to your show over and over and over all day long, the after shows and everything. So
I appreciate it, buddy.
Digging it. I'm really digging it. Y'all have a good day now.
You as well, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, man, the phone line's blowed up today. I'm a little bit busy talking about myself. Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hey, let me take you here. Hold on a second. Hey, I just want to let you know how much I enjoy listening to you. I was a big Howard Stern guy, but I think he just brings people down, and you bring people up so much. I love listening to you.
Well, I mean, I'm not going there. Howard does, obviously Howard is Howard, and we have two different styles, but yet very similar. We're friends, and, never say never. Maybe someday I'll be back over there in some capacity. You never know.
No, that'd be great, and I think your relationship with him is great. But I really do love your show. You do make people laugh, and I think you had a great group of people there.
I agree.
And I think you're doing great.
Appreciate it, buddy. Great. Thank you. I would put this lineup against any one of my lineups, and it's in a different way. We're doing different things now. But I'm Lummy, I'm not going to replace you it was very mean to do that yesterday. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, what happened with that?
We'll get into that momentarily.
All right.
Hello, who's this? Oh, good. I didn't want to talk. Oh, there, I thought I got off the hook.
No.
Can everybody please stop calling me? I'm busy. Hello.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Bubba. I just want to say good morning. God bless you. Glad all you guys are good. I enjoy your content.
All right, good. Anything else?
Nope.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for understanding.
Brian Troy?
No,
that wasn't Blind Troy. Don't.
It kind of sounded like
don't
him,
say
but
his
more
name. Don't say his
coherent.
name too many
I'm
times.
sorry.
So yesterday I was just I was actually sending links to all my friends of our YouTube channel of me and the Howard interview. And then I got the great news from Mike McVeigh that it was copyright Willied and the link's not working. So then I get a hold of Jackson, and I actually talked to Jackson, which I hate. No, nothing against Jackson. I just hate talking on the phone.
Hey, boss man.
Hey, it's Jackson from Cape Cod. I just wanted to let you know I just parked my car. I got 5 jobs. I'm trying to make it work. Tori, that video is in the hopper, ready to go. It's nothing against Jackson. I just hate talking on the phone.
Makes sense.
I hate it. I hate it more than anything. I hate to talk. That's why I'm basically undateable. I just don't want to talk. Stop it. Keep it shut over there. Silence. I do that. Silence. Tyler knows I hate. Tyler, you don't even like to talk to me because you know I hate talking.
I know. I don't want to piss you off.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I don't get pissed off. Well, I did get mad at you yesterday now, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
What'd you do, Tyler?
I could tell Blitz, like, we just go, Blitz, part of being a dad is
39 miles, buddy. Right?
Yeah, hold on now. Part of being a dad is teaching your kid, you know, as a man.
Shut the F up.
Well, as a man,
well.
if you're raising a son, and there's just some man code that you got to teach your kid.
Vince Foster
Yeah.
with the 5
Jazz?
subs.
Vince Foster, my boy from Keep Good. Well, Anna, it's just like
I don't know anything about,
don't know
being a
anything
man or
about-
being a dad, so
Yeah, so
teach
I'm both.
me.
So Tyler, from time to time,
This is just more about being a good person code, by the way.
Oh.
yeah, but it's real kind of man code too.
Yeah.
All right.
It's, like for instance, Blitz, let me give you an example of a man code. I used your trailer one time and I scratched it.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave you, first of all, I tried to fix it.
Right.
And then I said, Blitz, I scratched your trailer. Here's $100.
Yeah.
And you're like, first of all, I don't need the $100. I'm like, no, I insist. So you took it.
Uh-huh.
But that's just being man code.
Sure.
So Tyler uses my truck all the time to shuttle his modified back and forth to the guy that helps him work on it, Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Not Creatine Travis.
Right.
Tech Man Travis.
Gotcha.
And so Tyler uses my truck a lot, shuttling it back and forth. Well, him and Ace drove my truck to BRP this Friday because he had no way to get his car up there. So every time Tyler uses my truck, every time he uses my truck, Blitz, I get in it, and it's like
No gas.
there's no gas.
Okay.
There's
That's where I
like
thought this was going.
anywhere from 19 to 40 miles left.
Yeah.
And so I cut a promo on him. I'm like, Tyler, every effing time I get it, not just this one time, but every time I get him, every fucking time I get in my truck.
Every frocking time.
Every frocking time I get in my truck, you've ran the gas down. Would it kill you to replace it? So here's what Tyler did. Saturday night, he's coming home, Blitz, and he gets to the low gas light, Willie. What's he do? He squeezes $20 in. He puts $20 in.
Okay.
20
Now,
bucks. That's like 5 gallons nowadays.
Yeah, that's like, no, it's like 4 gallons.
Right.
Jeez.
And so thinking that he actually put some gas in my car, in my truck.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kind of cut a promo on him. Be like, son, it's man code. If you ever use somebody's equipment or car or truck, you always leave it better than you got it.
Absolutely.
Or as good as you got it.
Yeah, I think that goes beyond man code. That's just like being a responsible person.
That's what I
and
said.
A good friend.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a family member.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at you,
It's a
Tyler. I
courtesy
was just
thing.
trying to teach you a lesson. And I even made sure you knew that.
No, I know.
So what Tyler do? He PayPal'd me $50. He goes, here, use this. And I refunded it. I'm like, I don't want your money. I want you to know right from wrong.
Yeah.
So I ended up filling my truck up, which was $78.
Oh, nice.
And because I had to go return that cement mixer.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nightmare.
What?
Anyways, Tyler, I'm not mad at you. And I don't want you to think I was mad at you. Do you think I think you are cheaper than Colton. I think Tyler's cheaper than Colton, except when it comes to eating fast food with his girlfriend.
And ordering like DoorDash and Uber Eats.
Yeah. Money's no object when it comes to eating out. And eating out will kill you, man.
Yeah, it will.
All right, Tyler. Hey, are you good? We're good? We good?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You sure you don't want to move out?
No.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, he's not fighting you on it. Like he's a good kid.
Yeah, I know,
You
but I had to
'Cause
get
some people do. They're like, why do I have to? He's always just like, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
hold
my
on.
bad.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
That's not even in my son's there is
Yeah.
no way his reaction would have been, well, why do I got to return that gas?
Well, I'm just saying
no
some
way.
kids are like that.
Yeah.
You know?
For real?
Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah. Some
so,
kids that have bitches for parents. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Tyler, did it ever cross your mind to come back with something, smart assy or like that?
Well, Daddy, you had plenty of gas to get to the gas station yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, Daddy. I mean, 39 miles will get you right to your favorite gas station, Daddy.
Here's what he would have heard. Whack!
Yeah.
You would have heard my car locked up, and I would have been making my way over to our apartment to whip his ass.
Yeah.
You are a good kid, Tyler. I just want to let you know.
Thank you.
Just got to polish you up a little bit. No big deal.
Yeah.
Is there really some kids that would talk back
yeah.
like,
Oh, my
yeah.
God, Bubba, you have no idea.
give me like a smart ass response?
That would piss my dad off so much. If he would tell me anything and I would just be like, oh, roll your eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fine, okay.
Did you get smashed for it?
Not after a certain age, but
Yeah, you can't smash a kid after like 12.
Yeah, but I would definitely get a talking to. I don't talk like that anymore, obviously.
Yeah, you just.
But I was definitely spanked as a kid. My dad did not let stuff fly.
Yeah, you got to spank kids.
Nor should
man.
he. Yeah,
You got to.
kept
I
me in line.
but I don't even think today you can spank kids. Can you?
Yeah, you should be able to.
I think you can. I think the rule is this. Here's the rule on spanking, because when I was, going through the child custody down, mind you, this was 17 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But the rule 17 years ago was if you use your hand on the butt and you leave only a handprint, then it's okay. Like
That sounds fair.
But if it's an instrument of any type, which, man, I wish that rule was around when I was a kid, because my mom used to light me up with boards.
Anything she could find.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Wooden spoons.
Whatever was closer.
Right. I mean, she did not care.
No.
Fly swatter, wooden spoon.
Did you have to go outside and pick? What is it called? A switch?
No, I never really had to do that. That's
No.
kind of urban legend nonsense. We had to go cut a switch.
Right.
I had friends that had that happen.
Yeah. It's Janie Cakes had a lot of things that she could grab in her little kitchen.
The worst part ever was when she used that wooden spoon and it broke.
Oh,
That's your fault. It's your fault that it broke.
and you can really get some whip on those spoons, man. You
Yeah.
can light an ass up.
Yep.
And then the first time is and it just, oh my God, it hurts so
Stings.
bad.
And you have to put it over because if you don't,
Yeah, if you don't put it over, man, you get a bunch more. And then if you start asking questions while you're getting your ass whipped, then they answer with ass whippings.
Yep.
Why do I told you. You just sit there and take it. Just take it, because if you ask questions, they'll be like, do not talk.
yeah.
They'd be like, I did it.
Move your hands.
Then your back are squirming around.
Yeah. I'll get your hands too, and then they don't count.
No. And then Kong would walk in.
No.
Whip off his belt.
No belts needed.
His
That
hands
big
were
Kong
enough.
hand of his would go right around the back of your neck. He'd just cram your face right under the bed.
Hey, boy, want to wrestle?
And you could be squirming around all you want. He had that neck pinned to the back, and he just would light it up. And it only took 2 from Kong. Kong only threw in 2 or 3, but man, they were life-changing. And it made the one that you got from the wooden spoon and your mom feel like an appetizer.
Uh-oh.
See, the worst thing is you'd hope you get your ass whipped and it was all done before Kong got home. But if you were in the middle of getting an ass whipping, when Kong walked in, he just took over the ass whipping. He didn't even know what the ass whipping was about.
Right, you just jump in.
Yeah, he'd just come on in on the way, like my mom would almost give him the relay baton, he'd just go right. So you're almost done. Let's say you got 3 or 4 from Janie Cakes, but Kong walks in and he sees that you're getting 3 or 4 from Janie Cakes. That means you've been a real horse's ass.
Yeah.
In order for mom to spank you. So then he goes to commencing to necking you right down to the bed and giving you just, mom, and then you went in your room and you cried and you wished your mom and dad would die.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna run away.
You're gonna
Yeah,
run
I start
away.
packing. I've done that before.
Nobody loves you.
Right.
They don't love me. And Tara never got an ass whipping. Maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe because she was a good kid.
Come on, she
No,
was a
she was
girl.
just smarter.
She was just a girl.
Yeah.
She was
Couldn't
just.
hurt the little girl.
I got
She was so
spanked.
cute. Tara's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really cute, and her brother's a real dick.
Yeah, that's a good
So
color.
that really insulates you from the ass whippings.
Mhm.
Right.
Your brother is a dick and gets in trouble, and you're cute as hell.
She was a normal kid, but she looked like an angel next to you.
Oh yeah, and my dad used to go, that's my little Tara pie face. Oh yeah, don't ever call her that. She gets mad as hell.
All right, now nobody will call her pie face now.
Yeah, my little pie face. That's what Doug would say. Or my little copper tone girl, because my sister would get during the summer, she would just get she almost looked like an African American girl. Like she would just get
Tans well.
so tan. Oh God, my sister has far better skin to tan than I do, and she would, back then, Blitz, you as a little girl, as like a 4-year-old little girl, you'd have bottoms on, but you wouldn't have a top on.
Right.
So we'd be back there playing, and she wouldn't have a top on because she didn't have no boobies.
Right.
She didn't have any
No big deal.
jizzugs.
No, she didn't have any boobies.
Oh, right.
I mean, her boobs looked. Well, I had bigger boobs than her.
So,
But she would have the cutest little bottom tan. So sometimes I remember this one picture. I gotta try to find it. Maybe I can offer as an NFT of my sister, and she's standing by the Zenith 25-inch console TV with green shag carpeting and green drapes, and she's looking at the camera, and she's like 5, and she's got her pants pulled down. Just where do you remember the copper tone picture?
Yeah, the little pink underwears with the dog.
Yeah, the dog grab it.
Yeah. So that was like what my mom said when she was taking the picture. Do your little copper tone thing. And my sister pulled her pants down, like the copper tone deal, just to have a little ass cheek hanging out. And she was so drastically tan. It was so cute. There was no cute pics like that of me.
No.
You didn't do the copper tone thing?
No, I didn't. I didn't do the copper tone gimmick.
Bubba, pull your pants out like the copper tone, baby.
Pull your pants down so your mom can whip that ass with a Hot Wheels track.
Oh.
Anna, can I ask a question? You ask it honestly.
Yeah.
Have you got heat when you do Little Wilbur nut allergy guy?
Heat from who? People love it.
No, not from me, or not from you know who right over there.
He gives me some death stares, but he's
I thought maybe you got some sister girl talk from Ashley. She'd be like, "Listen, don't be talking about a little kid."
No.
Like that.
I think she finds it funny at the boys.
What's that, Lummy?
I think she finds
Speaking
it,
to the microphone consistently the same way each time.
I think she finds it funny. I mean, I give Anna the stare, but going to peanut allergy now and just over.
You give Anna the stare, but what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Sit in my corner.
Yeah.
As soon as I stare back, he turns away. So
Yeah, exactly. Over 118-pound woman, she just backs you right on down, Lummy.
Yeah.
right, bitch.
Anna, would be careful. He could snap at any time.
That's right. You're right.
He's like George of Mice and Men. You don't know what's going to happen.
It's like that tiger, Siegfried and Roy,
Well,
and then all of a sudden.
didn't they have to shoot the guy from George of Mice and Men because he went into the city and touched a girl?
Yep.
Isn't that why isn't that what happened?
Yeah, they popped him right in the back of the head.
No, but isn't that what he did? Like he went into the city and
Well, she probably just accused him, and they just took her side.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that's the way it was in today's Me Too movement? You just get accused and they take you out back and pop you in the head, and you're
That's
done.
what some people want to happen.
Yeah.
It's like the Salem witch trials where people were just accused of being a witch and they would go and burn
You're a
at the
witch.
stake.
No, I'm not. I'm really not a witch. Oh, yes, you are. I saw
Prove
you.
it. And they're like, I don't know.
And next thing you know, you're at noon, you're burning on a stake, right? Just because you're a little bit weird and you
Same. They
stayed up late at night and kicked it out wide with a hook nose.
They compared that to like McCarthyism, where they were accusing everybody of being communist. Remember? Or maybe you don't.
But they didn't kill you for that.
Well, what about the golden? Well, maybe they were spies. What was the couple, the Rosenbaums?
They may have gotten killed, but I'm saying like they didn't. They were burning one witch a day, weren't they?
A lot more.
The Salem, was it called the Salem?
Salem witch trials.
And how many did they get?
I think it was hundreds of women. I would imagine because
Can you
any
imagine
sort of bad fortune. They
I
would
just like
kill
to
you.
dress in black and have this. What's that, cauldron? The thing that they have, the pot that they call.
Oh, cauldron. Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn, I'm smart today.
Good.
I like to hang out by my cauldron at night and stir it up, and I got this pointy hat and a hook nose, but I'm not a witch. I just like to do that. No, you're a witch. We're gonna burn you. And then if you kicked it out wide, wouldn't they put a scarlet A on you too?
I believe they would do that. There was a book I read called The Scarlet Letter.
They said there was more than 200 people accused, 30 found guilty.
You're really slurring today, Lummy.
Sorry, 19 of whom
Lummy, you're really slurring today.
Sorry.
Hold on, let me take this phone call. Maybe you can get some of the slur out, Lummy.
Yeah, let me take a sec.
Hello?
Hey, my name's Logan from Charleston.
Hey, Logan.
Hey, I was thinking about the Salem witch trials. They used to throw them off the ships, and if they sank, they were human, and if they floated, they were witches, and they'd kill them.
But if you sank, you died anyways. So it's like,
right.
All right, I mean, talk about being put in a trick bag. All right, if you sink, then you're human. Sorry, but if you float, you're a witch. We're gonna bring you back up, but we're gonna kill you.
Correct. Then we're gonna burn you. That's literally how it worked.
Man, I got no wiggle room here, buddy. Thank you for the insight, buddy. Celebrating our 11th year on 98 Rock in Charleston, South Carolina. So let me know, what does your information say according to Bink? Now slow it down. No, hold on. Get into the mic. Enunciate. Really get into it.
More than 200 people were accused. 30 were found guilty, 19 of whom were executed by hanging, 14 women and 5 men.
There was a man witch?
5 men.
Man witch.
See, Lummy, when I have you slow it down, you're a really good broadcaster.
Thank you, sir.
But you're.
Yes, I'm very excited to get the information out.
Hello.
Yeah, you were talking about the serious stuff earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What I do.
I swear to God, sir, that's not me. Call me back, because I'd really like to hear what you did. What I did,
That's the perfect call to me.
Lummy, do you have now, Lummy, would you not agree? What was your first day that you started full-time? I think we started you like a little bit part-time, and then you were like a full-time deal, right?
Yeah, it was around that December 2019.
All right, and what was the lineup?
Was
it me, Janessa?
Yep, and then it was me, and then Dr. Dan or Babyface would be coming in.
Man, we were hurting back then.
Yeah.
Were you ever here when Tuttle was here?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
But were you on the air? Were you just utility? What were you?
I was kind of just I was doing the after shows, but then you'd bring me in maybe like 8, 9 o'clock, but I was utility, going out with them, doing like taping stuff with Colton and Tuttle and them.
The good old days?
Yeah. Then we had the TLC show and stuff like that.
Right. Boy, we've refined all that now, right? We've really, we've got the payroll down. We're just a skeleton crew, but we do more. And then we do it better, I think.
Yeah,
so, Lummy, when was like the first time you were like full-time? And didn't I say?
October 2nd, 2019, you brought me in. That's when you said about making me, you said you were going to make me, SJL, someone else, 2 other people stars.
Well, I think I was like, was it after Tuttle tried to kill himself?
Yes.
And I was just like, Tuttle came from the, hello, is this the guy that got cut off?
Yes, sir.
What do you got, buddy?
No, I was just saying, they call you all the time offering, deals and this and that. And I tell them when they call me, until you bring Bubba back, I'm not giving you any money. Because,
and for some reason, I don't think that the operators are instructed to type that, because I have still some friends that work within SiriusXM. And I know a lot of people that say that while they called, but that never shows up on a report or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
How many people? Like, I would be willing to say that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have uttered that, but it never gets back to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, because, I'd be willing to because as soon as they canceled you, I canceled it, and I'd be willing to re-up if they brought you back on.
Yeah, well, I'm not coming back. I'm going to be, however you get me now is how you need to keep getting me, okay, buddy?
Yes, sir, on the app.
Yep, get me on the app, okay? And then go, like maybe, would it kill you to go watch a couple Facebook videos or YouTube videos or something, buddy? That's free,
No, sir, I'll do it.
You go over to my Facebook, go over to my YouTube, look around, buddy. Click, click, click.
Will do.
Thanks, user. Oh, so sorry. So, Tuttle, by the way, you're never alone. 1-800-273-8255, the suicide prevention hotline. Tuttle tries to hang himself.
Yes.
On Lummy's ceiling fan.
Yeah.
And so Lummy goes to, Tuttle goes to the funny farm for a week.
Yeah. That was rough.
I think it was kind of a bit that got away from Tuttle. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that was part of it.
I think Tuttle was kind of tuttling up. I think he had a bad night. And I think he may have tuttled it up a little bit. And tuttling it up means superselling the deal, which is great most of the time until you're talking about killing yourself. And it got away from him. And me as a broadcast, me as the boss here, when an employee comes to work and says, I tried to kill myself last night, there's just a certain, in today's world that you live in, where you have attorneys and all that kind of deal, you have to cover your ass.
No, sorry, was Lummy at the casino or something? That's why he didn't see anything?
I was at the casino, but I slept. He was in another room.
Well, Lummy's been at we have a lot of Lummy casino stories, including Lummy's got a restraining order at the Holiday Inn next to the casino.
Against Lummy?
No, yes, there's a restraining order against Lummy and a restraining order against a woman.
Oh.
And when we went there with
What, Lummy?
Well, remember we went there and knocked on the door. That was kind of the
Lummy.
No.
What?
Nothing. We were just
You knocking on the door wasn't the biggest issue of all, my friend.
Yeah.
Did you break down the door?
No, there was a crazy woman in the door. Oh, it's just, I don't know if we should even get into that story. Lummy's a married man now.
Yeah, we'll just leave that there.
Bubba doesn't even know the half of that story.
Lummy, will you say I'm a married man?
I'm a married man. We're gonna leave it right there.
And that could cause issues with my wife.
Cause issues with the wife.
A hooker. Yeah, Lummy had a hooker from Middleburg.
Middleburg.
Oh.
Wasn't she from Leesburg or some Inverness or something?
Yeah, I think she moved there or something.
She was living out of her car.
I think, yeah.
Nice.
And she worked you all night long for money.
Yeah.
And then
you gave it to her?
No.
Of course he did.
Oh. He's blacked out.
If I could read his mind, Lummy would be like, please be quiet, please. Bubba, please stop. Please. I'll shovel that dirt up out back tonight. I'll do whatever you want. Please stop with this nonsense. The hooker from Middleburg, please. With a meth kicker.
With a meth kicker.
Well,
So,
God, I want to know.
Lummy wasn't at his home the night Tuttle tried to hang himself on the ceiling fan. And Tuttle's too fat. Well, not now, but
he posts a picture of himself in underwear.
I really got to think that like anybody much larger than Anna probably would bring a ceiling fan down. They're not
I
made.
could bring a ceiling fan down.
No, Anna. I think that you're small enough that the ceiling fan would hold. Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thanks.
Like Blitz, like over 150 though. I'm thinking you're ripping it right out. I mean, it's not made
to hold a human body.
No, it's not. It's made to hold the housing and some blades, like maybe 15, 20 pounds max. That's what those little things that are inside the like those little support rods that the houses come with, that you wire ceiling fans into. So Tuttle tries to hang himself. He then comes on. Lummy were you at the casino when this happened?
I was either at the casino or I was
in Middleburg,
sleeping.
one of the two.
Yeah, I was sleeping. I was sleeping in my bed, passed out.
And so Tuttle comes to work, and he's like, I didn't have a good night. I looked at the mirror and I saw a monster. Well, so do I. And I did bad things. And so we're like, listen, buddy, you can't say that. Did you try to kill yourself? Yes, I did. Okay, well, I got Dan and Jay Diaco with a Kevin Hazlett kicker and a Tom Bean Yippee-O that says I have to report this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not real. I mean, we don't have to report. Well, I have to take you to the mental hospital now and Baker Act you if you on the air admitted to doing this. And he's like, well, I did. It's all right. We take him down there.
Did you just get in a car and take him, or did someone come pick him up?
No.
Colt and I had to go take him.
We had to take him.
Okay.
And they took him to the wrong place at first.
Of course.
And so then they're like, listen, this ain't the funny farm. You need to go down the road a little bit. That's where the funny farm is. So we take Tuttle to the funny farm. And Tuttle's thinking, because we've all heard urban lore, like if you go to the funny farm, you have to stay 72 hours. That's kind of the magic number that you always hear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't go to the funny farm because they'll get you there for almost 3 days, 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, okay. So we're thinking that it's going to be 72 hours. It ends up being a week because if they evaluate you like, hour 50 or 60, but then if you still are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, they don't have to let you out at 72. Like they keep you in there for as long as they think that you're not a threat to yourself. And they're talking to you all the day, every day, and you're going to counseling, and then they got the booty juice, remember?
Yeah.
Anna asked what the booty juice is.
What's the booty juice?
Okay, thanks. Tuttle says that if you're in there, after a while you start going crazy because you have no cell phones, you have there's no clocks. They only have one TV channel.
Why is there no clocks?
Because they don't want you to know the time.
They don't. Yeah, like for
Why?
Anna, we don't know. We're not in a goddamn funny farm. We're just telling you what
that
the funny
they can
farm.
Control every aspect of your life.
Yes, and they make you take these pills, and so if you start getting a little uppity, like no, I'm not doing this, or I'm over this place, or I want out of here, or you just kind of yip up a little bit. They bring these two big dudes like Lummy in, and one holds you down, and one shoots you in the ass with a shot, and it's called the booty juice, and it almost instantaneously knocks you out like Dexter, like
the tranquilizer.
And there's some nutsos in there.
Yeah, and so Tuttle calls the show his last day there.
How was he able to do that?
Well, you're allowed to call. They have like a little call bank, and you can call.
Okay.
And so he calls, and he's like, I think I'm getting out tomorrow. But he blames it on me. He blames this whole thing on me. And I tell him, hey, buddy, I don't think that you should come. It was a Wednesday, and he was going to get out on Thursday. And I said to him, listen, you've been through a lot. And his parents live over in Volusia County on the other coast, over by Daytona, in a trailer park. His dad, Wayne, has since died. R.I.P. Wayne.
I remember.
So, when he's super close, he's super close to his parents. They got a great relationship, and they know that he's in a funny farm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tell him live on the air, Tuttle, you don't need to be here till Monday. Go to your mom and dad's, spend the weekend. You're just getting out of the funny farm. You need to go see your family. You need to clear your head. I don't know if you need to be on the air right away. Just go over, take a couple days, I'll pay you. Or I don't know if I paid her or not, but whatever. My directive was to go see your parents. He got out Wednesday afternoon, and I even have texts of me. Remember, Blitz, I kept the texts.
Yep.
And I was like, please, Tuttle, go see your mom and dad. No, I think you want me to come in deep down. No, I don't want you to come in deep down. I'm not playing head games with you. Well, I think that you're saying go, but you really want me in there. No, I don't, buddy. Go see your parents. Sure enough, Thursday morning, he's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he flips out.
Why?
Blaming me.
Oh, okay. For sending him there.
For sending him in there.
Yeah.
And blaming him for having him on the air this morning when he should be at his parents'. And that's when I flipped out. I'm like, oh, get the hell out of here.
Right.
Is this when things got a bit physical?
No, I didn't get physical then.
Oh, okay.
That was other times.
Oh, that was another time. Okay.
And so I remember as Tuttle's leaving, Lummy's kind of a utility guy. And I got Tuttle over. He was over.
Mm-hmm.
Way over. I had Tuttle over. And I remember, Lummy, is this the break?
That's the audio.
And when is this from?
October 2nd, 2019.
So just a little over 2 years ago.
And one of the questions was, who are you going to make the next star? Because whoever sits in that mic, I always make a star. The show, I don't know if the show gets, if I or the show collectively gets near the credit that we are deserved. Exactly, Bubba. Preach on. I can put anybody over. Anna,
This guy sounds smart.
You've never been this over in radio, have you?
Never.
No, for real.
No.
Blitz, you never even been in radio, and you're so over. So, you're over times a zillion.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have anything to go by. Lummy, you were never really on the radio much.
No. Just
Radio
in the background.
superstar. I made you a superstar. Yep. Blitz has got his own shirt. Anna's cool. Hell, my kid's even a goddamn star.
Yeah.
Fact that whoever sits at that, if you start with Spice Boy, and you go Spice Boy, you go Shannon. Shannon was a star and is a star. But, 25, Guido, Brent, Tuttle, everybody, Blitz. Look at everybody we make star. The show just instantaneously can make about anybody a star. Can it not?
Yeah.
We are. Now, at this point, Lummy, you're Lummy, but you're not over.
No, not at all. I'm just kind of hanging out in the back.
Star makers. And so I was going to think maybe my next project is, who do I make the next star? Is it Lummox? Is it Colton? Is it Stone Joey Logano? Boy, I think I made the right choice. I've been historically made wrong choices in my radio career. Boy, I hit the head on the nail this time. You know, who do I make the next star? And I was thinking about Lummox. And if I could make Lummox a star, I mean, Blitz, then absolutely you're a star maker.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, Blitz.
I mean, do you think we should even try? I mean, Lummy, we were you were so much of a D-lot that we didn't even know that we could do it. Like, man, this is
Blitz was picking everyone else besides me.
But I'm like, man, this is a real big task. You know, this is a super big task.
Yeah.
Well, Bubba, I think you could make me a star, Bubba, please. That'd be great.
I mean, nothing's changed with
I was gonna say, was that today?
with your shtick.
No.
Nothing's changed with your delivery, my friend. See, it says right here, Bubba, that you could probably make me. I got it right here on my phone. That you could. I think maybe Bubba, if Blitz said it was okay, I could be maybe I think I could be a star. What do you guys think about that? I mean, you know, we can make it. The show just naturally has an uncanny ability to make people stars. Except, I mean, I've made a guy with an IQ of 62 a star. Have I not?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Please. For me, of course.
Well, I'd like to be a star, but I have all this grouper I need to sell, too.
Well, you see, though, I'll tell you, maybe I got it right
My
here.
sales guy didn't come in today, so I have to drive up to the Panhandle.
Right. See,
I got 800 pounds of grouper in my truck.
It says, see, Lummy, nothing's really changed much.
No.
Here on my phone, I got it right here. You could maybe be a star on Bubba, maybe. I got it right here. You see?
I got it written down.
And this was when was this, Lummy?
October 2nd,
2nd.
2019.
October 2nd, 2019. So 2 years and
A month.
25 months ago, Lummy,
Yep.
I knew I could Vince McMahon this deal.
You were driving back from Orlando.
Post-it note.
What does he do with all these Post-it notes?
He writes a lot of Post-it notes.
Oh my God, there's Janessa.
Yeah.
Mountains and mountains of all these ideas.
Does he
and
even
stuff.
use it?
No, we don't know what he does with these Post-it notes because he doesn't follow through on any of it. Nothing's changed
Nobody's got a piece of paper now.
on any of it. Now you just got your Trapper Keeper, don't you?
Yeah, I got my Trapper Keeper instead of the Post-it notes.
He doesn't follow. Now, do you call it your Trapper Keeper? Because
Yep.
that's what it
It's
is.
for Trapper Keeper.
We almost to get somebody to like kind of make us like a little sticker that says Lummy's Trapper Keeper.
I can put it right in the front.
Through on any of it. We made Tuttle a star. We made Tara a star. We made Spice Boy a star. Big Dick has been a star. Brent was a star. Manson was a star. Trace was a star. Lasker was a star. 25 was a star. Everybody that rocks out of this building is a star.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't, I just want to make sure I select the right person, but yet it's the hardest. Like like honest to God, Blitz, if I can make this person a star, then I can make anybody a star. And I almost think that it might be Lummox.
Could be.
Man, Lummy.
That's funny.
You called it.
Stone Joey Legato seems to try too hard, although I think he's organically funny.
I do too.
I don't know if Stone Joey Legato wouldn't have flamed out, I could have made him a star.
You could have.
Seriously.
Yep.
I could have made Colton a star. Well, maybe.
No,
Blitz, between the three, between Stone Joey Logano, Lummox, Bye Boy, and Ciroc.
That'd be 4.
4, yeah. Between those 4, if you had to pick one, boy, Anna, you never saw Ciroc, did you?
No. Who was that?
Lummy, what do you think? And she would have gone crazy over Ciroc.
Yeah, he was a very athletic, good-looking African-American man.
Light-skinned African-American looking man.
Where can I get a picture?
We'll find one immediately. Blitz has already got his profile. It would be the largest challenge, but yet has an opportunity to be a star. Who would it be? Between those 4. Not that we're going, not that we're even going to go that way.
I think Ciroc would be the easiest, so I would throw him out first.
Yeah, he's out. And I think we would get heat with Ciroc. I think that if we fast track Ciroc,
yeah,
the other 3 will be like, man, really? Ciroc didn't pay his dues. Lummy, one thing nobody can ever say is you didn't pay your dues. You've been running around here since 06, haven't you?
I've been running around.
But Ciroc would get his job based on how Janessa got her job, based on looks, right? Hey, at least we were honest about stuff.
Right.
I think it would be harder to make.
Janessa goes right. She agrees.
I think it would be harder to make Bye Boy a star.
Yeah, Bye Boy doesn't give me a lot to work with, does
Right.
he? And he was real greasy. and dirty.
Mm-hmm. Why it'd be harder.
Yeah.
And I think Joey Logano would be easy if he would just be himself.
Right. But he tries to shtick it up too much. But he tries too hard.
That's why he would be hard, because he tries too hard.
It almost has to be Lummox. It almost has to be Lummox that's our next project.
Yeah.
And would we get heat from the listeners? But I think initially that person's probably going to get heat. And anyway, I don't know. What do people? I don't read chat, so I don't know what they're saying. So Lummy,
you're right.
Mission accomplished, buddy.
Yep. Thank you, Bubba.
No problem, my friend. You've deserved it. You are a star.
Aww.
I feel like giving you the strap right now.
Are we gonna talk about those texts you sent him though?
Yeah.
We'll do that next. Lummy, how you sleep tells it supposedly a little bit about, I guess, how good you are in bed or something.
Oh, really?
Do you still use your Apple Watch?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
Was
it
not
was
working?
bugging me.
Yeah.
Telling you didn't sleep right?
No, it's just like Can
I borrow it for a few days?
I'm on the air. Well, no, I'm not. I don't want you to have it. Then all my stuff's in there. They're hacking me.
We'll clear it out.
He just wants it for the sleep or something? Or
Yeah,
what?
I want to do the sleep deal.
I don't know. You might be up to no good right now.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll buy one then.
You can borrow mine. Jesus.
Tria Bill, 1,000 bits.
Ever wondered if there's a meaning behind the way you sleep? How do you sleep with your partner?
Yeah, like how you sleep together.
Well, first of all, if you'd analyze how I sleep with my partner,
the pillow wall,
you would be like I don't even know. It's probably not even a weird category for it. Like I'm off the weird charts.
How I sleep with my partner is I tell that bitch to go home. That's how we sleep together.
How I sleep with my partner is usually about 42 miles away from each other.
If only that was a joke.
Yeah, but
we do know.
First of all, this is how
Poor
if I do have somebody spend the night.
Yeah.
And this has been, I've been doing this for
as long as I can remember.
Probably I think I started it with Holly.
Yeah.
After she'd wipe your butt. Like, go home so I can cheat on you. Sorry.
Go home so I can cheat on you. You've even turned into quite the Bubba impressionist now, have you
Mine
not?
is horrible, but it is fun.
Can you go ahead and do that again, please?
Go home so I can cheat on you.
What am I, W.C. Fields?
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No.
So, this is how I do it. And I don't know if it's even in this category. I mean, I'm going to go through these categories. But first of all, I have to get a big pillow and put between us. Because I don't want you touching me. Okay? Because
For real, Bubba?
Yes, Anna, for real.
Yeah.
I want a pillow between us. Doesn't mean I don't like you. Doesn't mean we can't break the pillow barrier if we want to get a little frisky. But I'm just saying.
Right.
When we're sleeping, let's put this pillow barrier up here. Because if you get too close to me, you're going to make me hot.
Don't you want to cuddle?
No. Secondly, there's none of that. We're not.
What about
cuddling.
before sex? Will you cuddle before sex?
We can cuddle before sex. We can cuddle during sex. We can cuddle a little bit after sex.
Okay.
Really?
Well, yeah, a little bit of that, a little bit of this and that, hold it all, yippee-yoing. But there's not going to be bona fide like we're watching Netflix and you're in my arms and no, If we're watching Netflix, you stay on your side of the bed and I stay on my side of the bed. And I have a special bed that I could prop up so like we're in the like.
But I want to hold hands.
And don't touch my hand.
Okay.
Okay, like if I have my hand out, next thing you start creeping on my hand, I'm going to go like this. Stop.
Really?
Yeah.
You shake it off?
Yeah, shake.
Oh, man.
Stop, please. So then I have to put another pillow on the outside of the bed so I have a little U. It's a little U, and then I get inside of the U.
Why? You have to
Why?
wedge yourself in the bed?
Pillows.
I wedge myself in like kind of like an orca.
At SeaWorld?
Like when they're transporting him in one of those slings.
Do you see when they put orca in a sling? That's kind of like
those two big bars.
It's like Bubba in bed.
Yeah, that's kind of like the way I do my bed deal. It's like orca being slinged from one zoo to another. When they transport orca, That's kind of how my little you thing looks.
Right.
So there's a big pillow between me and the girl. There's a big pillow at the very edge, and then at the top is 2 pillows, and then my butt pillow on top of that.
Okay.
Wow.
Then when I sleep.
Now, Anna, do you know why it's called a butt pillow?
Is that you, Bubba?
Blitz. That's I go to the orca sling. That'd be perfect.
He has
for
little
me.
arms too.
Yeah.
Blitz, if I could have the Get Fresh crew rig me up something like that in the bedroom where they
great.
harness me up.
Yeah.
Like, listen,
Pour
you know
water
what?
on you.
Listen, sweetie, you can sleep any way you want because I got this full harness system that elevates me from the bed a little bit, okay? I'm going to be hovering over the bed about 6 inches, okay? I just need you. If I have to go pee, you have to hit this button to get me down. Honey, what? Can you get my button, my sling button? I got to get out of here to go pee.
Where's my butt pillow?
So then I sleep with my right arm like this, and then my pillow. I bring my pillow in, and then I face the left, and I sleep on my side, and I face the left.
You're a side sleeper.
No, is your butt pillow like right under your head though?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, why is it called your butt pillow if it's on your
Guess.
head?
Well,
Guess.
why do you think it's called the butt pillow?
Yeah. Because you probably thought it would like went by his butt.
Yeah.
No.
No, it smells like the butt pillow because after I get it broke in, it starts smelling like ass.
Yeah, it smells like butt. That's why it's called the butt pillow.
When you break it in, do you hump it? What do you do?
Oh, it's
when you just use it for a long
you
time.
use it and
it's
you
like
get
his blankie.
It's like my wowie, like my little,
Yeah.
Your binky?
Yeah.
Tyler. Tara used to have this Winnie the Pooh blanket, and it was called her wowie, and you had to take it everywhere. Like if she didn't have her wowie, there was all hell to pay. Well, you know what? My butt pillow is. I've been known on a.
Oh yeah.
I've been on a plane. I've been on my own private plane, and I left my butt pillow at the Hampton Inn.
Hey pilot, turn this bitch around. We're going back.
November 140 Kilo Mike requesting a turnaround. Yeah, but you're at 12,000 feet.
Yeah, Bubba forgot his pillow.
The owner of the plane forgot his pillow at the Hampton Inn. We got to do an emergency turnaround.
That's a shoot, by
Are
the
you
way.
serious?
That's a shoot.
Anna, that's a shoot. Anna, that's a shoot.
Why is that pillow so sentimental?
Because it's the one butt pillow.
Me and Mike Tidwell were climbing through 8,000 feet out of Charlotte one time, and I look at him and I go, we have to turn this plane around immediately. And he goes, what are you talking about? We've filed flight plans. And I go, I left my pillow at the Hampton Inn.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, Anna, you just can't get on your plane and turn it around. You got to ask for permission.
Right.
And then they got to clear you a pathway. Then you got to land the damn thing, and then you got to go into the office and see if you can borrow a courtesy car,
right,
to drive to the hotel, and then you got to hope that the maid didn't throw it away. So I'm on the phone with the hotel while I'm in the plane. The minute I get cell service, telling them, please, I'm in room 218, and there's my pillow in there. It looks like something it does not look like a normal pillow.
So isn't it? So it's like a small ball at the bottom, and then isn't it tied? Is the one you have now tied up?
No, I got a new one.
Okay, so
my new one's like 5 years old.
He used to have it tied.
But on it takes
so
about
the insides didn't fall out.
Takes about 5 years to get one broke in.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So this one's broken in now.
But I'm always working on a new one. Like I'm trying to.
Do you take the remnants of the old one and put it in the new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You gotta seat it.
So anyway, Anna, I'm a weirdo.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Turns out that the position that you sleep in, whether it's nodding off while spooning. Oh, hold on, I got sound effects for this stuff. Nodding off while spooning.
That could be really nice and relaxing.
It is.
If I nodded off while spooning, I wake up and be like, "What the hell's going on?" And I just push, "Get off me!" Stop. There's no spooning. I got a whole list when you walk in my room that says no this, no that, no spooning, no lying there in all tangled up together, or one of you taking the entire bed can actually reveal a lot about your sex life. So how do you sleep on it when you're involved, like when you and Blitz sleep together?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we've established yesterday we can kind of start going there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, isn't that what you took from yesterday's conversation?
100%.
We can slowly start kind of working that in a little bit.
Yeah, and they seem like they agreed with it.
Yeah. So Anna, when you and Blitz are sleeping together, how do you guys sleep?
Probably spooning.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you the little spoon?
Well, here's the thing. The last time
What
I
do
was
you think?
I hope so.
No, Bubba. I'm the
yeah.
little spoon.
I BH him, just not BH
That'd be
him,
like
BF
a-
him to show dominance.
Yeah. Please.
Like Hootie. No, but seriously, I don't fall asleep usually in Entangled.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa. This is great.
Whoa.
Huh.
Listen, the way
It's
people.
you and Dan.
That's me and Dan. That's probably
Well, it's Dan and Dan.
it's Dan and Jimmy Cleavis.
Yeah, exactly.
No. No, it doesn't matter whether this is a man or a woman. I am not doing that. And you can't do that to me either. You're going to make me hot.
Okay.
Everything Blitz goes back to, you're going to make me hot. Everything.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't. I'm
Now-
a fan.
you like this?
Well,
You would do. Now,
not.
hold on.
I mean, not.
not the
not-
way this picture depicts it.
Obviously.
But if with you were with a girl,
Yeah.
let me see if they show any pictures of.
No, that's
yeah,
it.
there's the one having problems. They
Yeah,
show
that's
the
not good.
Heterosexual couples having problems.
Yeah, that's not good.
What
because
you
they're
think?
cisgendered.
Like,
and they're hetero.
hold on.
Ugh.
So this right here is good. Like this is.
Yeah, they're
this
like,
is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I could maybe do this for like 5 minutes until my pills kicked in. Then I got to get out of here. I'd prefer this one right here. Go sleep in the other bedroom. Now, this one right here, I wouldn't even begin to know where to start with.
Like, what's
this.
the point of that? I
Like,
mean,
this is not. This is a photo op.
You're just taking
People
up
don't
space.
people don't really sleep like
Yeah,
this.
with your arms back.
I will
Flex.
tell you, she's hot as hell, though. Is
Yeah,
she
she
not?
is.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't really go on and tell you what any of this means.
Well,
Yeah, it does. It
it's all the
explains it
different
there.
individual ones, like spooning.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, they break it down.
Bunch of words.
They just don't
though.
show pictures.
A lot of words. Spooning. Spooning is a traditional position and probably the most well-known in the sleeping positions. Spooning's cool for what you got to do to spoon in order to get something else. That's what spooning's for.
It's the appetizer to the main course.
Yeah, spooning is the warm-up.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's pre-sex.
I don't want to sleep spooning. Making me hot. Spooning is a traditional position, then probably most well-known of sleeping positions, and it's the preferred position for couples who are comfortable with intimacy. It shows protectiveness, trust, and that couples are comfortable in a relationship. All right, I mean, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Back kissers.
Yeah.
What? You got somebody
Ass
back?
to ass.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where couples sleep back to back,
Touching.
and their
Yeah.
spines and butts are touching.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's all right.
I like that.
Yeah. As long as, yeah.
I like that a lot.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
That's not
What-
weird.
weird.
It's not weird.
That's not weird at all.
Listen,
No, I bet you that's probably more quote unquote normal than spooning.
Here's the
Sleep.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't mind. Like, I don't care what position she's like. I'm pointing to the wall. I'm not going to be pointing her because I don't want her breath on me and I don't want my breath on her. So I always try to go breath out.
Yep. Against the wall.
You want to go breath out.
Yeah.
So I'm breath out. Now I don't care if she's breath in or breath out. I already got it because I got a pillow barrier, between us.
Right.
So
Orca style.
what she's doing over there is her own business.
Right.
She's got her ass to me, great. Although sometimes, Blitz, I will admit, I think I've talked about this on the air. I like to have my ass rubbed to put me asleep.
Really?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
then after I go to sleep, they have to immediately get back on the other side of the wall.
Rebuild the wall.
Like,
Yeah,
you want it rubbed? You want it like with
Rubbed.
the nails or
Oh.
just hand?
just hand, no
Okay.
nails.
No nail. I see. I like a back
I like,
scratch.
yeah, nice nail.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
This position, back to back, ass to ass, means that you're comfortable, but at the same time appreciate your own space in bed. Duh. You're either a couple who have been together for a while and are very relaxed in each other's company, or a new couple that haven't had the opportunity to trust each other. So be it to either one of them.
I think longtime couples, that's pretty common.
Yeah.
Ass to ass.
Yeah. Touching though.
Oh, not. I mean,
No. That's what it's about. Like it's ass to ass, but you have to be touching.
Yeah,
Or-
you're making
or-
contact.
Yeah.
the sleep on their stomach couple. However, sleeping on one's stomach, if you both do it, it's not a sign. It's not a sign of intimacy, as none of the body parts touch. Sleeping on your stomach is also the sign of protection of the front of your body, or you're too fat to sleep on your back.
Right.
So this could indicate vulnerability, lack of control or anxiety, and there's a lack of sexual trust in this relation. That's not.
Well, what about like I mean I don't know what position or whatever it's called, but like if a guy's on his back and the girl's like laying on his stomach, like chest area.
Oh,
it says it in there.
Oh, okay.
It's a nuzzle or snuggle, Bubba.
Nuzzle or
missed it.
snuggle.
It was up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He missed that one.
I did.
Yeah. It was underneath. It was right underneath back kissers.
The nuzzle or snuggle. This is where the couples fall asleep on their backs, where one partner sleeps with their head and the other one's chest, nuzzling. And in Lummy's case,
position.
nursing.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
The sleep expert explained that this is often seen in a rekindle or a new relationship and is a sign of nurturing, of a nurturing relationship with companionship and a couple who love to snuggle. This is just stupid.
That's the Anna position right there.
How about the unraveling knot?
Ew.
This is a position where the couples fall asleep touching, but they unravel towards their own side.
Oh, that's probably more common than anything.
Liberty lovers. Liberty lovers is where a couple are back to back and not touching.
What is it called when they both take pills and only one wakes up?
It's called my dream.
What are you doing this weekend? Mushrooms?
No.
Scissoring?
I have a friend coming in town from Canada.
Oh, hold on. Male or female?
It's a boy.
Oh, does Blitz know about this?
Hold on.
Blitz knows.
Oh.
The three of us are getting. No, just kidding. No, it's
Hey, this plot thickens.
Yeah,
does it not?
does. It does.
I mean, they're playing us for fools now.
Oh, 100%.
I didn't know they were into swinging.
No, look at that.
Yeah.
You and Blitz not only are doing it, but
Devil's Trio coming up this weekend.
but you're swinging.
I mean, I can't let this continue. No.
It's true. We're swinging.
What, Blitz?
Blitz getting after it with
No.
another
Yeah.
dude, huh? A little
No.
Eiffel Tower action?
No.
You gotta high five him?
Yeah, the three of us are going to be hanging out, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
Man, this is really taking a
Nudge,
strange
nudge.
twist of fate.
It sure has.
You want me to keep talking so you can finish your meal? Looks
We
good.
had all break and he just sat there. Tyler's like, he must not like this meal because it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesus, even
Ooh,
called
it's
it
got peas.
Zone 71,
Had
99,
peas. There's a trash
2001.
can now.
There will be no eating on the air. Bubba eating on air count 8.
I've eaten 8 since I made a rule. I've eaten 8 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it. Sorry.
And he even
Hold on,
he didn't even put 2 of them at, during a song or whatever. So
So Anna, you got a guy friend?
Yeah.
What?
I met him in Michigan. We've been friends for years.
I bet you
Nothing
guys
ever
have.
happened. We never hooked up or anything.
do you find him attractive?
Man, he must have no life.
I don't think. I mean, I haven't seen him in 5 years. He came to visit when I first moved down to Florida.
Blitz man code. I mean, I can only man code with Blitz because Blitz is still a man. He's not married. He hasn't had his balls taken off, and Tyler has his taken off and not married.
Right.
So, just man code.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? He's from where? Canada.
Toronto.
Do you fly to another country and visit a chick that you're just friends with and you've never blasted and there's no hope of you blasting?
Well, he has a few friends in Florida, and I'm one of them. And he's going to EDC next weekend. So,
Still.
okay.
Like, I don't even
Just
come.
so it's not just to see me, but
No, but he's incorporating you into
correct.
the trip.
Yes, for sure.
If I'm going to Wisconsin to go see a few of my buddies,
Yeah.
and I know this chick from when I used to work up there, and we're just friends, and we're not blasting, and there's no opportunity to blast, I'm going to the Brewers game. I'm not gonna go hang out with it. I mean,
Unless she has friends that she's trying to hook you up with, then maybe you
maybe
hang out
maybe
for a
that's
little
a maybe.
bit.
Who the hell is she hooking up? She can't even hook up herself.
I know. Is this guy like really ugly or something?
Like, does this guy have
No.
no? I mean, does he have no life?
No game.
No, not at all. No, we just.
Are you mad we're making fun of your friend?
No, he's cool as hell. He's a good guy.
But
He's
Blitz,
fun.
would you go to another country?
Super smart.
I mean,
no.
Is he spending the night with you?
Yeah, 2 nights.
Oh, well, hold on. On the couch?
I'll probably give him my bed and I'll take the couch.
No.
What?
No.
Hold on.
As a
here.
man, if that guy takes the bed on as a man, you should bludgeon him in the middle of the night.
Okay, well, we didn't discuss any sleeping arrangements, but I will offer up, so I don't know what he'll take.
And if he doesn't
because
say,
he's a pretty big dude.
So
How
what?
big?
So,
I think he's like
you know what I would
probably
say,
like
Blitz?
6'3", 6'4".
What kind of bed do you have? What size?
Queen.
You know what I would say, Blitz? Honest to God, even if I'd be like, listen, I have to sleep in a bed, but you have to sleep in a bed.
Yeah.
So let's sleep in the same bed. We'll put a big ass pillow down the middle. I'm not trying nothing
Put the
stupid.
butt pillow between us.
Here's what you do.
I'm not trying anything stupid.
No, as far as Anna goes, she's right. You tell him, you take the bed, I'll sleep on the couch. As a man,
I don't think he would ever agree to it.
No, as a man, he's going to say, nope, you sleep in your bed, I'm sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, he would say that, but I'm going to offer up because you don't. You know, I'm trying to be a good host here. He came all the way from Canada.
I just
He's been
can't.
locked up in Toronto for like a year and a half.
Are you not attracted to him?
He's a good-looking guy, but we just have a very like brother-sister kind of vibe.
Man, Blitz, you have no hope. Get the hell out of here while you can.
Yeah, run, Blitz, run.
Me?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, we were friends for years. Nothing ever happened.
This is
Why
probably,
are you mad at me, by the way?
This guy's been working on it for 5 years and he still can't.
I don't think so.
I'm not mad at you on it, but it's just like, man, of all you should have given that guy some back then and be giving him some now.
Anna?
Yeah, what the
Jeez.
hell's wrong with you?
Sorry.
Like, I mean, it's kind of a D tease.
Yeah.
It's kind of a D tease.
Well, I mean, he was the one that decided to come out here because he wanted to go to EDC and see his other friends and asked me if I was going to be available this weekend. I said, hell yeah, come on down.
Available
Let's
this
go.
weekend is meeting me at the Hampton Inn and us blasting, not sleeping on a girl's couch because I'm on my way to the EDM concert.
In Orlando.
Does he have any money?
Yeah, he's got some money. Mm-hmm.
Is he staying with you just for cost cutting reasons, or is he like John? Like what?
No, I just like I haven't seen him in a long time. We want to catch up. We talk on the phone probably once every other month and catch up. Like he's a really, really good friend. He's definitely like one of my best friends.
By the way, I think Blitz has not been lying at all.
About what?
They're not doing it.
No, not at all.
Because the more you peel that onion back, the more undesirable she becomes.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Like who? Like I
I understand, but I get it. It makes no sense to you because this is not how you lived your life at all. But some people have friends of the opposite sex. Now, whether one of them wants to bang the other one is irrelevant. The fact is, we are functionally friends, and we've always been friends, and we'll always be friends.
It's stupid.
You're stupid.
I just can't wrap my head around being a guy, and Blitz kind of going to an attractive girl's house.
Oh, thank you.
And we're just friends.
He's talking about your roommate.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about her.
It's not fun.
Yeah, it's like how many really good guys you got out there in the stuck in the effing in your stupid friend zone?
All of them.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of good guys that should be getting that ass. This guy's probably at the top of the
Thousands
list.
of them.
No,
Yeah.
but I bet you there's 4 or 5 guys that should be tagging that ass right now that are stuck in the friend zone. And Johnny Canada is one of them. Blitz is another one. Hard telling who else you should be giving some ass to. Why are you so anti-ass? Hello?
Not anti-ass.
This poor guy from Canada. I'm sticking up for him.
Yeah.
He's a loser.
He's not a loser. Don't talk about my friend like that.
I'm just saying. I want to bust. Blitz, could you lay on her couch, having traveled from Canada, knowing that she's kind of hot on the other side of the deal, knowing that you're just literally, that's it. That's the best it gets is you laying on a stupid-ass couch. No ass, no making out, no jobs by hand, no nicky, no bony, nothing.
Nope.
Are you going to introduce him to any of your friends at least?
Hell no. All her
I
friends.
would, but I kind of just want to hang out with him.
Oh, what? You going to sit at the house and watch documentaries?
No, we'll
Play
go out. We'll
Monopoly?
probably have a nice dinner and hang out, have a few drinks, catch up.
Sounds like a
I like
blast.
hot chop.
Can I call this guy? He's going to get as much ass from the guys that he's seen.
Well, here's the thing, though. He's
He's not seeing any guys. He's seeing another girl who has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend
This
lives.
guy's the biggest loser ever.
Wait, so he's banging a chick that has a boyfriend?
No, he's not banging her. It's
So
like
hold
another
on.
friend of his that he
This
went to med
guy-
school with.
This guy is going to visit 2 people in Florida.
Yeah.
You,
Yes.
who there's 0 ass, and then a couple that have, are a couple.
Yeah, he knew the girl because they went to med school together.
See, with you, like, okay, whatever. But like, dude, Bubba, if you're dating a chick, like if you guys are in a relationship and she's like, hey, by the way, my friend that I've known for a long time is going to come down. He's going to stay with us for a few days. What are you saying? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No.
Well, as soon as that last syllable is out of her mouth. Hey, honey, what? I've worked with this guy in Detroit. We were just friends. Yeah. And he's traveling down here.
Okay. And what's your point?
To go to the music festival.
Right. And what's your point?
Does he bring his girlfriend?
No, he's single.
Oh.
And,
what?
He's single. And by the way, he looks like this. And you guys probably pretty good looking, right?
Yeah, he's pretty good looking dude.
And is he a doctor?
No, he's not a doctor anymore. He's an entrepreneur.
Oh, so he's got an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
He does OnlyFans.
Instagram.
All right, so hold on. And he's going to come hang out with us for a few days.
Okay.
Ow!
You better put a T-bone steak on your eye, bitch.
Well, I think that all three of them are going to EDC together. So
Does he have his own?
I don't know
room?
who the bigger pussy is, the guy from Canada or the guy from down here that's allowing her.
Yeah. That's a good. The guy from down here.
Yeah, probably the guy from down here.
Yeah, the guy from down here.
Dear, two biggest pussies ever.
And I thought that girl was in a relationship with a girl for like 7 years. So I thought she was gay, but apparently now she's dating a dude.
That's hot.
Yeah. She has bipolar disorder. I think it's really bad.
We all do.
Literally, when it comes to man and woman, she can't decide.
We do. We all have bipolar disorder. It doesn't matter what. Hold on. Most of our bipolar disorders don't stem from having to pick a particular sex, but I think we're all bipolar. You can't do what we do and not be bipolar.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
For real.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we live 2, 3, 4. I live 5 different lives. I got a couple different families nobody even knows about. Like Jimmy Hart. That's a shit. Hi, Anna.
Hi. Ready for some news?
I didn't mean to make fun of your friend.
Hey, it's cool.
Now, are you thinking at all anything? Even a makeout, a handhold?
No, we've just never had that type of relationship.
What if he started to put like a little bit of a move on you?
I don't think he would.
You go, stop!
Probably.
Do you want to move?
No.
No, for real. Like if he put a little, do you deep down yearn for a move?
No. We have a very platonic relationship. He's one of my best friends.
When you're with Blitz, are you looking for a move?
Am I looking for a move with Blitz?
Lummy, anytime. Let me just tell you, questioning
I
and
like
answering
hugs.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Is anytime they repeat the question, they're scrambling
They're
for an
scrambling
answer.
how to answer it.
Blitz will even admit that. You repeat the question to give yourself the extra 4 seconds to regroup your marbles.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just ask me if I'm looking for a move from Blitz?
I asked you
we're
the question
talking about
you
Blitz,
asked me.
and then you nervously took a piece of paper and act like you were scrubbing the counter.
Well, I have turmeric everywhere.
I really pick up on a lot of different things.
I know.
Both of those are very nervous deals.
I'm always nervous.
Which means,
Are you saying I want it? I want the move to be made?
You're guilty.
Well, I like Blitz and I hug. We have an affectionate relationship that way. We're big huggers. I'm a hugger.
Please.
Please.
Hugger, please.
Hug her. Please. Yeah, well, you're not a hugger. You don't ever yearn for my hugs.
I've hugged you before.
You've wanted me to hug or we've hugged?
No, we've hugged before, but I always feel like I'm forcing you to do something you don't want to do. Because I know that you don't like affection unless it's from Dan. If I was a guy, you'd be more likely to want to be physical with me.
All right, so
but
you
I'm
got
just
me.
a girl.
Well, I want to, really get rough with you and get handsy with you, but I'm afraid
that I'll shoot you.
Blitz will end your life. You'll see red dots everywhere.
Lummy, again. Sometimes you just can't help. It's like when the doctor hits your knee with that little thing and it bloings out.
Yep.
And even if you don't want it to bloing out, it'll still,
Still have to go there.
Like you'd be like, man, the doctor's going to hit my kneecap and I'm just not going to let my knee bloing out.
Right here on purpose.
No way. It'll bloing out like a mother.
You mean like a reflex?
Well, Blitz.
Blow here like what?
Like a mother ever. So like Blitz can't, even though he's trying to keep it cool and
I
stuff.
can't help it.
When he thinks of me just grabbing her and just ravishing her,
He gives that
it's
little.
just too much, and he just blurt out like, "This is, I'd kill you."
Yep.
Oh, did I say that? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
See, I want to get
Mana.
a nervous laugh from Anna.
Yeah.
I want to get handsy with you
You do?
and feel you up and just like kind of just here. Not sexual in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, you mean you just want to like put me in a chicken wing?
Yeah, just
Yoke me up?
Yeah, I just kind of want to yoke you, and I want to be
You're
a little,
very rough.
I want to be rougher with you, but in the guise of friendship. I want to be friendship rough.
Oh, so you want to friend zone me? Huh.
How else can I be with you? I can't be anything but friends with you.
Well, I thought it was like you don't want to be friends with me, but you have to because otherwise you'll be murdered.
No. I would like to be friends with you, and I'd like to be more physical with you.
Oh, like you want to hurt me more.
No. I don't want to hurt you, but I want to whip you around like I do others.
Who allows that sort of shenanigans to?
Everybody in my life. I grab Blitz's ears. I choke Tyler out. I grab Lummy's ass.
Yep.
I grab Dan's knee, his ear.
That's true.
I hit Jay in the midriff.
You do?
I touch his
Midriff?
core.
Oh,
I grab Jimmy Clevis's arm.
that's hard not to.
And so,
Beautiful man.
Blitz, I get handsy with him all the time. Blitz, I'm always grabbing your trap or your arm.
Trying to grab my gun all the time.
Yeah, I always go right for his gun.
Oh yeah, is that what you pretend you're grabbing for?
Well, I mean,
His
maybe
legs.
sometimes when you're grabbing the gun, something gets in the way, but you weren't going for it.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't going for the wiener, but
Yeah.
in order to get to the gun, there's the wiener in between.
Big
Right.
giant whoops.
You have to pay the wiener bridge operator to get into the gun deal.
Paying the wiener with respects.
His wiener gets in
That's it.
his wiener gets in the way of most.
Tell me
things.
about it. How do you think I feel?
Anna,
I'm gonna walk around with this
Anna,
thing.
I know that
I
you've
haven't
never,
seen
I
it.
know you've never seen it, but as much as we put his wiener over, don't deep down.
I'm
You're
a little
like,
curious. Think we all are.
but the thing about it is, when you finally see it, you think you might be disappointed.
Yeah, I think you guys hyped it up
But
too
like,
much.
man, this
Yeah.
thing's not near. This thing at 11, it's like
yeah.
7.
It's like when I saw Napoleon Dynamite after everyone was talking about it for like 6 months. I go, this movie sucks.
It does suck.
It sucked, and it was so
It
hyped up.
It doesn't
His
suck.
penis is gonna be like Napoleon Dynamite.
It
They're like,
doesn't.
ugh,
Napoleon Dynamite
overrated.
doesn't suck. It's just cult.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Hey now. Whoop, 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 strong show. Hey,
Leave the jokes to us, buddy.
I think he was actually going to say something positive too.
Yeah, that was a Howard kind of thing.
Call me back then, okay, buddy? Sorry.
And that was a Juggalo. Woo woo.
Oh, I'm a big juggalo. So, Anna, speaking of juggalos, get your Fago, bitch, and do the news.
Let's go.
Did
Michelle.
you even get that?
My Defago, yeah, Juggalo,
right.
ICP. I got you. I was in Michigan. I know what's up. Michelle. Woo! She's a woman. She's Asian, and she's the mayor of Boston now.
Who?
Woo!
Say Michelle.
Woo!
I got it right here.
Howard Dean. Yeah, basically. Michelle. Yup. Yup.
Checking my stocks.
Like it. Democrat Michelle Wu made history on Tuesday night when she was elected
You
Boston's
said you
new
bought
mayor.
Sheba, right?
I bought Sheba, yeah. Why?
Probably a good time to get it.
I'm buying more.
It's gone down a little bit, so it'd be a good time.
Doubling down on Sheba. But don't try to make me lose all my money. Don't make me
What's
lose
wrong? What's wrong, Lummy?
Lummy, what's wrong?
The
I'm
Blitz is
buying.
being a dick.
Why did he know you lost a bunch today?
I actually had nothing to do with that. But during the hot mic, we talked about it. How
Hello?
he just sold his amp for Sheba.
yeah, it's me again. I used to ask for protection.
Oh,
anyway.
so sorry.
Oh, is this
buddy.
King?
Hey, King. This King of all. This King of the BRN.
Yeah, he talked about you for about an hour, and he mentioned Dan. Between Howard, Robbins, Ronnie, and JD. Dan, Dr. Diaco was probably mentioned 15, 20 times. So
Yeah.
I texted Dan at noontime.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we can
got
do it.
Blitz is gonna have it ready for me in the next day.
Yeah.
Couple shows. So you went to scrub it a little bit, and
I'm
so
gonna have to wait for Dan to come back too to hear it.
yeah, maybe we'll do it on Monday when Dan's here. King
Yeah.
of BRN.
Great. Thanks. Gotta go. Bye.
See you, King.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Oh, another call. It's like the Maytag repairman here.
It's Mike.
Mike, hello.
Hey, Bubba.
Blitz, do you have a log over there?
No.
Like as soon as somebody calls, their license flashes up on a screen.
No, I just know who it is.
Yeah, it's Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's up? It's Mike. I was gonna ask, did you ever go
Hey,
over
hold on.
that
Is this Mike?
Yeah. It's
Mike.
It's Mike the Stoner.
Mike the Stoner.
Yeah, Mike the burnout who doesn't burn.
Yeah, what's going on, Mike the Stern? What do you got, buddy?
No, I was asking, did you ever go over yesterday's Lummy text caper? You kept teasing us, and I don't think you ever told us what the story was.
I'm going to be honest with you, sir. For $7 zillion, I couldn't even know what you're talking about.
The day before when you texted Lummy about going 2 days a week and all that.
Okay, yeah. I'll get into that next, okay, buddy? You're further eating into Honda's news. I was just screwing with Lummy. I was just in a real screw with Lummy type mood, and I said, hey, Lummy, how about we, had a little scratch there
on your deal?
On my bag.
On your,
on your scrotum?
Like towards the side or like way down, like way back?
Kind of over.
Your balls are itchy?
You can see, yeah, kind of clean.
Oh, okay, yeah, the sniff test.
Dude, is there not a man on the earth that after you scratch your testicles, you don't smell your hand? I bet you the president even does that.
Oh, he does a lot more than that.
I mean, that's gotta really reach.
But isn't that what we all do? Like, if you're in private and you scratch your testicles, don't you just instinctually go and give it a smell, and then that determines, you're like, oh, I need to,
Yeah, I mean,
you get a little smell.
I mean, I have. I don't normally, but I
do
have.
every time.
Little flyby.
Yeah, the same thing when you're with a girl. Before you go down there.
Oh yeah, of course.
You send the troops.
Yeah.
And then the troops goes and you know.
The soldiers go check it out first.
You got five soldiers down there, and they're in the buckle brush. They're in the war zone.
Yep.
The 5 soldiers.
They come back with a report.
And then you just be like, oh, and you just don't go straight to the sniff. You make it real, like
yeah.
How do you get out of that if you don't want to go? If you don't want to do it,
you just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
It comes back and it's sponsored by a fish market in Seattle. then you just go like, oh.
You don't have look. You forgot your license at home. And you can't go fishing that day.
Oh. She's like, oh, hey, go do that to me. I'm like, I was thinking about. And then if you get such a bad report, if the 5 soldiers give you a bad enough report,
you don't even go to battle.
Then you don't even bring the missile out.
No, you retreat.
No, you just You put the cannon back in the barn.
You've had to do that before?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've had some very.
How do you get out of the war?
You just
you don't want to fight.
You just say no bony, or I can't, whatever.
Like what you
hold
say.
On,
you blame it on you.
At this time, man, you think of anything.
Like what?
If it's that bad. If
like
it's that
what?
bad.
Like what the hell could be that bad that you?
I've had 2.
Have you? Hold on. Have you ever said? Have you ever blamed it on her just straight out? Just
no,
like, listen, bitch.
No.
Have you taken a girl into the shower and then washed her before you did it?
I have done that.
So what did you do, Bubba? Especially when people are like, Bubba's such a horn dog. He'll bang anything. And then he's trying to get out of having sex with you.
He did bring a girl into a shower, wash her, and then banged her.
Okay, well.
That was one time.
So then what did you do the other time when it smelled like,
It was one time.
Fishy.
It was on the Power Pig.
Yeah.
And it was a girl that showed up at the front door and like 9:30. And I took her into BJ Harris's office. By the way, I had a key. The management on it actually gave me keys to their offices that had couches, knowing that I'm going to mess around with listeners. For real, Blitz, am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Where's Bubba? Why'd you do 4 songs in a row? Bubba never does 4 songs in a row.
He was in the PD's office.
Oh, getting a little
PD,
little Cheetos. So you go down there and you send the 5 soldiers.
Yeah.
They come back with a report.
Yeah.
On one instance, I was at my house, my big house in Tierra Verde. I'm like, hey, let's just take a shower.
Okay.
Because she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Then you can really scrub it yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Under the guise of trying to turn her
if you
on.
want it clean, you got to clean it yourself.
I'll get some dial soap right up in the mix.
Did you bend her over your knee and really scrub her?
No, she's not.
Did you spank her because she's a bad girl?
Well, she's a smelly girl.
Did you give her 5 lashes?
Listen, you know what happens to bad girls who stink?
Mm-hmm.
They get right over Papa's knee in the shower.
Yeah.
Now let me put this let's hide this dial soap for a little bit, let it ferment.
So what did you do with the other smelly one?
The other one, I just
get your cleats and get to stepping.
Yeah, grab your cleats and get to stepping.
But how did you get out? You just said that?
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't think I can get an erection.
You said that?
Even though I was 26.
Did you have one and then it went away?
Well,
it got the report too.
Always gets the report.
It was.
Went away.
And this one, I mean, the one time that I said no to a girl, she was sponsored by about 5 or 6 different fish markets.
Oh, you thought you were
oh my
wet
God!
market.
To the part where I think and I think it was where I didn't have the ability to be near her. Like I think it was at the station, so I didn't have a chance to have a shower. But you got to give a girl an opportunity to take a shower. I mean, she drove all the way there. She's had a rough day. She may have been with a man or two prior to you.
Yeah, she may have a yeast infection.
Ew.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
Sponsored by Wonder Bread.
Yeah, bacon bread.
Blitz, this chick's sponsored by Wonder Bread. I can't.
Gross. She's at day old bread store.
Yeah, it's moldy.
Anyway, Anna, over to you.
Oh, back to woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the new mayor of Boston.
She's the first woman and the first person of color to hold the seat in the city's history.
I'm tired of first person of color. People using that expression. What does it matter?
I just want to be like, what color is she? And then people have to say something.
Like, you know what? She's a woman. she's an American woman that is the new mayor of Boston. That's what she is. She's not white. She's not black. She's not nothing. She's just a really kick-ass woman that's the new mayor. We got to put first person of color. Why are we even keeping score on first person of color?
Right.
Why can't we just be this woman, this kick-ass woman, is now the mayor of Boston? Period. I don't care what color she is.
She's the daughter of Taiwanese immigrants. She grew up in Chicago and didn't move to Boston until she attended Harvard University
Stay out of Boston
and
as long as she
Harvard
could.
Law School.
Just came there to get
She
smart.
said, quote, I came to the city. No, she's American. She said, I came to the city as a homesick college kid.
That was horrible.
Wow.
That impersonation. I couldn't even find a button I was so appalled by it. I was looking at all my options.
I saw you looking.
I'm looking at all my options. I was like, is it a that? Is it a that? Is it
I got a story about wolves. You want a story about wolves?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
These two guys knock each other out because they both kick each other in the penis at the same time.
Oh, I saw that, but I didn't know it.
Ouch. Looks like it hurts. Jonas.
Listen, let's just be honest.
There's just two
You don't
guys.
have a penis.
No.
You don't know anything about. Obviously, you're not very well rounded on the knowledge of penises.
No.
You haven't had a lot of experience with penises.
No.
Well, us guys are experts, and we'll tell you that the actual kick to the shaft of the penis isn't what knocks you out.
No way.
Balls.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a
It's the
fastball
balls.
to the shaft.
Right.
It's the boys.
Oh,
Balls.
man.
Yeah. So you said got kicked in the penis.
No, I didn't. I said the balls.
You,
No, you said the penis.
you said the penis.
You said the
Oh,
penis.
okay. All right. Groin area.
It's the balls.
It
The
is-
balls.
Because the penis can actually take a pretty decent hit, but
Why does it make you want to puke? Like, because that has, I mean, like that's
the
nothing to do with
balls,
it.
though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you get kicked there or hit there, like you want to puke.
And the worst is when they get smashed together.
Yeah, then you got both of them hurting.
Like if you get them hit straight on, but if you somehow get them and they smash
They
into
hit
each
each
other.
other. Oh.
Oh my
How does that
God!
even happen?
It just does
I guess with a
sometimes.
foot or something.
They're right next to each other.
No, I know, but I mean, like, you'd have opposing force going like
Boy,
that.
Lummi, you're so goddamn brilliant.
Thank you.
I hope Howard's not listening today. Did you hear what his co-host said? What? The balls are right next to each other.
Let me write that
She
down.
asked.
Brilliant.
She asked how that happens. I'm like, well, they're right next
Well, if
to
they're
each
getting
other. so they're
smushed
gonna
together,
hit.
it's just because you'd
I
have
mean,
to have
she
force from
knows that the
opposing
balls
sides.
are together, okay?
I do know that.
Well, I mean, we don't know
There's
that.
only a thin membrane that keeps them. I think that there's only fluid. I don't think there's an actual flesh wall that separates them.
Yeah, there's not even a butt pillow.
Horrible joke. Horrible.
Swing and a miss. That's okay. Bubba, did you know that men are more heartbroken than women during a breakup?
Yeah, pussies.
Despite a lingering stereotype that men are less emotionally invested in relationships than women, researchers have discovered that it's men, in fact, who suffer greater emotional impact during a breakup.
Pussies.
You've never been...
I think that study's kind of flawed, too, because like a lot of times like one person will like the other more, so whether that's the woman or the guy.
Yeah. And of what I've heard is like women take it harder at the beginning, but then men, they try to cope. They do other stuff, hook up with a bunch of other women, but then later they realize what happened. And they suffer. That can make me happy sometimes.
Or if us guys get stuck in the friend zone, that makes you sad too.
Well, yeah, but that's not a breakup though.
Don't think that your friend's not crying himself to sleep on that couch every night.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's got a hot little flamethrower on the other side. It's got it all buttoned up. Doesn't want to throw it out. Anna, maybe he's telling you something.
Like what? Did he want to hook up?
That I like you. I like you.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like because guys aren't wired like you.
I get it.
You think that guys can just be friends. We can't. We cannot just be friends.
Yes, you can. You just maybe don't want to, but you can do it.
Nope.
Yes, you
Not
can.
to the point where I'm traveling to another country, sleeping on a bitch's couch. I'm not even getting that.
I'm not the only bitch he's seeing, though.
Yeah, further exemplifying how much of a loser.
Be nice!
Sorry.
Bizarre COVID effect caused a woman to strip naked and wash her clothes in the bathroom.
Last story.
A woman with COVID stripped naked inappropriately, washed her clothes in a toilet, and drank shower gel. The 30-something-year-old, who has not been identified, spent several days acting bizarrely due to a rare complication of the virus. A relative brought her into the hospital concerned about her behavior in the 4 days since she had tested positive. She had been agitated, required less sleep, and has been talking excessively.
Sounds like somebody
Sounds like me.
If I was a black guy with a big penis, that's what I would call my penis.
Black chrome.
Hey, baby, you want some black chrome? It's tough. I mean, it's tough for even Anna to say no to that.
Yeah, it'd be pretty difficult.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show, Friday, November 5th, 2021. I got a lot of things that are really bugging me right now.
Oh, no.
And this show's a lot about my life, one of which I don't know that I should talk about.
My balls hurt, so I cheered 1,000 bits.
But I'm super, super torn up about a particular situation that's happening in my life, in my personal life.
Oh.
And I don't know if talking about it will make it better.
Oh, it most definitely will. It's like therapy. You got to get it out.
I'm going to have to talk to Tyler.
Expose the perps.
I got to talk to Tyler. Tyler, you and I got to talk privately about...
After we talk publicly.
No. I'm not even going to go public with it until after I speak to Tyler. And he tells me...
Can we have like a hint as to who or what it's about?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Not even a hint.
Like, does Tyler know, like, no question?
Tyler,
like, does he know what it's about?
Tyler, do you know what it's about?
Is it about the...
Don't ask about what it's about. Possibly it's about. Because... No, hold on.
Whoa,
he's telling you no, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, calm down.
No, I wouldn't say another word like shut up. Is it about the...
No, I'm not going to... No, I'm saying is it about what we talked about yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He knows how to dance.
So, well, I'm just so worried. Just one little word or one little something will completely
reveal it.
Yeah. So, I've had an exchange since then, Tyler, and I'd like for you to see the exchange.
Okay.
And that's what I potentially might talk about. Okay, buddy.
All right.
You got heat with your mom again because we had her on the air yesterday.
No, not my immediate family.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
No, not at all.
It's a nice change.
By the way, the weather could it get any worse?
I kind of like it.
I was gonna say I love it.
Yeah, you
Not
like
good
it.
for Bubba, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, not for your track and
Not
stuff.
good.
The only good thing is like it's really not raining.
Oh, it's raining.
Yeah, it was raining.
Raining enough.
It's going to rain all day.
Clay-based tracks, you just get a little bit of, and they're slick as hell. You can't even stand up on them. Start sliding everywhere, and I got monster trucks, and I got ramps built. And then, when the rain starts making the ramps melt, and you got to go in there and try to repair the ramps.
Oh, that's true.
It's just an absolute poop storm. Anyway, Jesus, let's talk after the first break, okay, buddy?
All right. Are you mad at me?
No, not at all, buddy. Can you even think of the last time I was mad? Well, I
can.
Yeah, the truck empty deal.
Yeah.
But every time I get mad at you, I'm just manning you up in life.
Yeah,
You're just
39 miles.
teaching you man lessons. Like this person that I potentially might be mad at, I think I need to teach him a little lesson about being a man.
Oh.
That's part of the situation here.
Okay, so he knows
Is
a guy.
Is it the guy you texted yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm. And his response back to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then my response subsequently back to him today at 4:30.
I got you. I saw the. Never mind. I'll tell you.
Yeah, private, triple. Triple. That's a triple K5.
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks. I'm giving you the office right now like you wouldn't believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anna.
Oh, Christ.
No, listen.
All right.
Hold on.
Let's kick off Friday.
Listen, bitch.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Yeah. No, I can't.
Just chill out. First of all, Blitz knows what I'm going to talk about, and Lemmy knows what I'm going to talk about.
Yes, they
and
do.
so let me go to my boys here and say, is it unjust for me to want to speak about this?
Not at
Am
all.
I picking on Anna? Is it going to be construed picking on Anna? Is it something that I just shouldn't address?
Bubba, are you mad at me? 1,000 bits?
Yep.
No.
Blitz, Lemmy, I know how you feel.
Yep.
But Blitz, how do you feel?
The same, if not worse.
Right. Exactly. And Blitz, I want you to know, like, I'll say that in a little bit. Anna, you know that we handle a lot of everything on the air. This show's dynamic is some shows could have some heat within like some inner turmoil, and they'd be like, listen, after the show, we need to sit down and talk about
Right, but that's not time effective.
Yeah, well, but, most shows, like, they don't really, like, we just go ahead and pick the scab.
Yeah, you get content and you save time.
Live on the air.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we just pick it live on the air.
Why
and
not?
We leave that open wound out there, just out in the air.
To ooze.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we slap some Neosporin on it, so with a Silvadene kicker, and that wound gets better. Other times, that wound is so deep that it goes from being a physical wound to a mental wound.
Whoa.
That happens often.
That was deep.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that was.
God, I'm on fire today.
You look good, too.
Thanks. Although I did not make the gym, my boobs look a little saggy today.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell.
I do have a couple things, other things. You guys can see the T-shirts that have been provided for you.
Yeah.
Thank
Please
you.
do not talk about it.
Don't. Let me.
We're on the Anna issue.
Yes, back to Anna.
One thing at a
Anna,
time.
The one thing, that's somewhat. This is a business. This still is a business. Even at the end of the day, as much of a fraternity as it feels,
Circus, really.
It's circus. There's so many different, acronyms you could throw in there as to what we are. It's a circus. It's a used car lot. It is an HR violation at all times. It is
all
just,
those acronyms.
Yeah, it's just all that. All those acronyms. I know they're not acronyms, but I made them acronyms. So F off, bitch, knowing that I don't know what the goddamn acronym is and I used it incorrectly. I know I did.
I wasn't sure if you knew.
Thank you for the reflank on me being wrong.
Yeah, no
but maybe
problem.
I was wrong for effect. Have you ever thought about that? I messed stuff up to make it funny. Yeah, I knew it was. Or I wouldn't have been able to self-police on the acronym. I wouldn't have been able to self-police myself on the acronym had I known it. I used it incorrectly. True or false?
True.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This place is insane.
No, I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
So I was like, is that a double negative? Like I was like,
I think it's like a 5-time negative.
yeah.
I think my whole life is like a fipple of a negative.
Oh, no, not a fibble.
No, let me not a fipple negative.
Not a fipple
That's
negative.
almost it's almost unsurvivable as a fipple negative. But I'm forging through, buddy, like the Soul Train.
Toot, toot.
Oh, jeez.
I don't got a lot of speed, but I got a lot of torque. I'm like a diesel.
Yeah, you are.
I don't run 7,800. I run 2,600, but I'm strong on the bottom end.
T-shirt Will with 1,000 bits.
Thank you, T-shirt Will. I got a lot of bottom end. Honey, you got a lot of bottom end.
I know. I got a big dumper.
So here's the deal. This place is a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, it is a business.
Correct.
We've established some people in some pecking orders around here. We've established, we don't have a lot of protocol, but we got some.
Right.
Right. And, one of the protocols we got is that Blitz is my operation guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, things that I don't need to necessarily know about, he definitely needs to know about. Because you just can't run amok around here like you think you can. For instance, Lummy did a sports show with Brian yesterday.
Yes.
Right.
Lummy did not tell Blitz he was doing a sports show with Brian. Lummy so gracefully asked Blitz, would it be okay if me and Brian do an afternoon sports show? And he included, we'd like to maybe start that up again.
Yep.
Blitz,
We've been talking about it. He's
Yeah.
been asking me like every day for a few weeks, and we've been playing it.
But it was very much brought to Blitz in that manner.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Right.
It was not brought to Blitz like this. Blitz, me and Brian are doing a 4:30 sports show tomorrow.
And that was it.
Yeah. So I happen to not hear this particular conversation, but I saw Blitz's,
I was actually talking to you, by the way. I wasn't
which
trying
is
to.
even, you know
Yeah,
what?
it's even worse.
Well, that's even worse
Yeah.
because, you know what? You're even, God, that's how dumb you are around here.
Yeah.
You're even burying yourself worse.
I wasn't trying to tell you. I was okay. Well, you go ahead and.
First of all, even bringing it to me first is the problem.
Well, I was bringing it to both of you because you were both
now
standing
it's
there.
both of us.
No, don't bring it to both of us. Don't.
It was just word vomit. So can I say what was said, or do you want
No, you shut up. I want you to.
to? Okay.
You got brain vomit right now is what you got. God, you got, I forgot how things work around here, vomit. So, and by the way, Bubba's not just trying to bring in another female co-host, although I bet you Gabby would have asked and not told. Anyway, that being said, Anna comes in here today, and she says, the best of my recollection, Blitz. Well, Blitz, I'm honest with you. I didn't hear it. I just saw your reaction to it, and I was able to piece together what she said.
Right.
I'm assuming she said, you can give me the exact verbiage, but just me piecing together your reaction, she said something to the effect, I am going to do a, Flapping Gaps podcast at this particular day on this particular time.
Well, she didn't
Boom.
even give a day or time. She just said that she's going to do it next week.
This Wednesday, I said.
Yeah, and she had it all scheduled. It's all about her, not about anybody else. And Blitz got pissed off and said,
my reply was, I said, are you asking me or are you telling me?
yeah, I did hear that. And so at that point, hold on. I'm over here doing my little busybody work, and I hear Blitz say, are you asking me or are you telling me? So at that point, I kind of start paying attention as to what's going on over here because I want to get in on this, okay? Because I'm like, yeah.
Lover squirrel.
Yeah, what's going on here? So Blitz, pick it up. I mean, you
So
might
then
as
she
just
said,
tell-
I'm telling you.
Oh, she poked
Anna.
you.
And I said, that's not how it works around here.
Wow.
Did you really say that?
I don't know what I'm saying. I barely had any coffee. I walked. Can I tell you what happened? Can I tell you my interpretation? I wasn't trying to be a bitch. I wasn't trying to be rude.
But even after he asked, are you asking me? Are you telling me? He's giving you the biggest softball in the world for you to say,
Right.
well, of course I'm asking.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, then Blitz, at
Yeah.
that point,
I was trying to be nice about
I
it.
understand you're trying to give me an out, and I screwed it up.
And at that point, man, there ain't a problem because you're like, oh, I'm
Right.
sorry.
Sorry, I meant to ask it in a question for him.
I gave her the out.
God, what a dumb bitch!
I know.
God,
Excuse me, back it down.
get me on that 239 Gabby exchange immediately. All right, so
Yeah.
continue on.
Okay, so I hear Blitz, I think, and Lummy talking about, or maybe he was talking to you about Lummy doing a show yesterday with Brian, how he wants to get back on it and make it a regular thing. Now, I know that you...
Which I would like that, by the way.
Right, and I know that you're always looking to have more Flapping Gaps. You always tell me how it moves the needle. You said it's, one of the best shows that we do.
It is.
Right. So my last conversation with someone last night was with Tara right before I went to bed. And we were talking about,
Oh, I know, but see, she gets Tara, and she gets some Tara swagger in there.
Exactly.
And then Tara gets her all swagged
no,
out.
it
Yep.
wasn't. Oh, that's what you're saying.
No, yeah. See, the last person you spoke to got you all swagged out because
Right, right
that
before
bitch, that
bed.
bitch has got
Oh,
swag.
don't worry, boo. I got you.
Yeah, don't worry, boo. Don't worry. So anyway, continue on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So
Last person you talked to is my
yeah,
sister.
so I hear that they're doing a show, and I know that you're always asking when is the next Flapping Gaps, and I said, hey, we're doing a show this Wednesday, as if to be like, hey, I'm taking care of business. We're organizing the next show. It's coming up. Like, I was just trying to show you that I was trying to get content together for the program.
Don't you think that you could have asked
so-
it in a much different way?
Totally could have.
No-
I'm sorry. I'm tired. I
You're
didn't even-
sorry. You're tired.
Yeah, I haven't even finished my coffee yet. I was just kind of waking up, and I hear them talking about it, and I go, oh, by the way, we're doing a show.
Right.
I got my coffee.
Well, I'm just saying my brain isn't. I'm not completely dialed in right now. Trying to dial in.
She's making it. She's like Lummy. She's just making it worse the more she talks.
All right, well, I'll stop talking then.
You want to stop talking, bitch? You're the talking to me business.
All right.
Why are you getting all this cockiness and all this
I'm not
swag all
getting
of a
cocky.
sudden?
I'm just everything I say is wrong, so I'm gonna I don't know what to do.
Well, no, I'll tell you what not to do is to be a bitch.
Okay. Happy. Well, I'm sorry.
Don't you respect Blitz's authority?
I do greatly.
Don't think you do.
And I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just saying, we're doing a show. Of course,
you're saying you're trying to be proactive, and it came across as being rude.
Correct.
And that part,
you're smarter than me. Now, how can I come up with that conclusion and
you
can't?
And that part, I completely understand, which is why I gave you the out.
I know.
Yeah, he gave you he gave you a Tim Wakefield 46-mile-an-hour knuckler that doesn't break.
Right.
I mean, you're turning your hips and you're knocking out over the green mile, aren't you, Lummy?
Oh yeah, I'm knocking it over there. I even learned that from Blitz. He gives me those all the time. I look at him, I'm like,
yeah, I'm a big fan of giving people outs. Like I don't like.
He gives me plenty of outs.
I know.
All
well,
right, so
I'm
Anna.
sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. At 5:56 in the morning, I was just trying to tell you that I'm taking care of business. We got new flapping gaps on the way. Tara's got some great stories, she said, and some things she wants to get off her chest. So I was excited about it. I blurted it out.
That's a
I
big
didn't
chest,
take
too.
the out. Yeah, it is. Not mine, hers, but.
All right, apology accepted. We
So
don't have
I'm
keep
sorry to
beating you
both
down. We know
Bubba.
you're
I'm sorry to
stupid.
Blitz. I'm sorry to Lummy.
I
don't
just
even know
don't want
why.
you to roll up in here and think you're all that because
I'm
you're not. Okay?
I'm not saying that.
I don't want anybody
I'm
to
just
think.
trying to make you happy and provide more content because I know that you're always trying to push that, which we all should be.
Right,
That's
it's
on
not,
you,
not,
Bubba.
That's not. You're not.
Yeah, it's your fault, Bubba.
For me, it's for us.
I know.
Because
team
me
effort.
is you and you is me.
But I always want to.
There's more of that deep S again.
That's some of that deep Claypool, Indiana stuff.
Yeah, but
you is me and me is you.
But I always like to have the next one scheduled before you even have to ask me about it.
I know.
So I was just trying to tell you that.
You know what would even be better if you responsibly did put 2 in the can, bitch. Just saying. That'd be cool too. Lummy, I did listen to you and Brian a little bit, and I think I've come to the conclusion that you two don't even try to get Tyler involved. No, for real.
Oh.
No, for real. Don't even get Tyler's going to go do his own thing with hockey. You know, you and Brian, I think, got a great dynamic. And
he was getting fired up last night.
Right. What I'm saying is Tyler wasn't there last night, right?
Correct.
All right. And I was listening for about 15 minutes.
Oh.
And I wasn't watching it, Blitz. I was listening to
So was I, actually.
So I was listening. I wasn't watching it on Twitch. I didn't know. So in the 15 minutes that I listened, I didn't hear Tyler. But that's not uncommon. He could have very well been there.
He was actually there the entire show.
Right. So I didn't know Tyler's schedule. So I didn't know, indeed, that he was there.
I had a scheduling conflict, Daddy.
So, Lummy, what I'm saying is the 15 minutes that I heard with it that Tyler, obviously wasn't involved in because he wasn't there was great. You guys went back and forth. Tyler's the third wheel there.
Oh.
He's gonna go do his own deal with his girlfriend about the bolts. It's gonna be a bolts podcast. So don't worry about getting him mixed in. You and Brian need to stick to what you guys were doing last night. That was the 10 minutes that I heard or so was good.
Oh, thank you.
So get with Blitz and see when you guys can do more of those, if you could, please.
Will do. I'll get with Blitz.
He's gonna try. We talked to. He's gonna try to do them on Thursdays.
Lummy, why don't you be on? Hey, Lummy, let's see how well you can play, theater, like we're doing theater acting here, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to act like the way Anna did with regards to telling Blitz when your next deal.
Okay.
Ready?
Hey, Blitz, me and Brian are going to do a sports show every Thursday from now on.
Are you?
Thanks.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sure are. Thank you, though.
So
Yeah.
Blitz, ask him if he's asking or telling you.
Lummy, are you
Oh,
asking?
I'm telling you because Bubba said it was really good.
I'm telling
He
you.
listened for 10 minutes and he said it was the greatest show ever.
Oh, really? So Lummy, when you tried to do a show last time without asking, what happened? It got turned off mid show, didn't it?
Yeah, I can't.
It sure did.
Yeah. So Anna, listen, babe.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It comes across as a couple different ways. One, it comes across that, granted, you haven't had your coffee. You had a bad night. You don't look so good. Just telling
Do I
you.
ever?
Well, no, some days you do. Some days you're like, man, that bitch looks cute today.
Yeah, today's
But-
not one of those days.
Well, it's not necessarily physical. It's more it's mental.
yeah.
You're not very mentally pretty today.
No,
You're-
it's dark today.
It is.
It's
It's dark.
It's matching the
It's
the
matching
weather.
the weather.
Yeah.
It's like we're in Seattle.
Right.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
So, let's not let this ruin. Now, will this particular exchange ruin your entire weekend? Because I know you're a head case. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do dwell on stuff. I think I could probably get over it in the next hour.
Now, will you privately apologize to Blitz?
Yeah, of course. I honestly didn't mean it that way. And every other time I've notified you that I was going to podcast with Tara, I've always said, hey, we're doing it this Wednesday. And you go, oh, great. So that's the exchange I was.
But keep me out of it. Don't make me the only announce when you're going to do it after you've told Blitz.
Okay, no.
I don't want to
Asked
be the.
Blitz. Come on, Bubba.
I'm sorry, ask Blitz. No,
Don't get in trouble
after
like
you
me.
guys
No,
have
I know.
After you and Blitz have had your exchange
Sure.
on where it's going to be,
I'm sorry. I just blurted it out.
yeah, just let me know.
I didn't mean to blurt it out.
I like to keep some protocols around here.
Okay.
Thanks.
Can I ask him now? Or should I handle it
Yeah,
now?
let's see if we can rewind
Okay.
like 24 minutes.
It's like Missy Elliott over there.
All right, here you go. Just take it from the top. Here we
Okay.
go.
Is Lummy talking about the show he just did yesterday?
Oh yeah, Lummy, you're like, hey Blitz, we did this show this night, and this is really good. Did you hear it last night?
Oh, that reminds me. Would it be okay, Blitz, Christopher P., if Tara and I recorded this Wednesday? I don't even know what time yet, but we have set a day. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Cool.
That's how it would go too.
All right.
All right, perfect.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. Now, are you gonna be? Can you be more mentally pretty?
I don't know.
Take another sip of coffee.
We'll
Like,
find
what's
out.
it gonna take for me to get you mentally pretty again?
Let me just chug this really quick. I'll put this down here.
Now, what part of your morning or last night ritual got messed up to make you morning ugly? Like, can you give us?
Yeah.
Instead of making this all about you messing up, let's maybe get to the root of why you're a little mentally ugly today.
I think I'm addicted to my phone, like we all are. And I had the intention of going to bed at a certain time, and time got away from me. I was
Did you
working
get on TikTok?
No, I was working on prep, and then I was kind of on Instagram, and then I started getting into we'll talk about it, but into something that is in prep, and I was going down the rabbit hole with it because I was just curious about all the details. And
Well, when you're in prep mode, not that I'm trying to tell you how to do it, but when you're in prep mode, like you gotta really
I make sure it's thorough.
No, stay diligent that you don't get in one of the story rabbit holes.
Well, I mean, I allotted enough time where it would be okay if I kind of deviated a little bit, but I got really into this one story that I put in prep, and you could probably tell because there's 3 links about it.
Oh, the Dave Portnoy.
Correct. So
Okay.
I wanted to know
I
all
did
the
the same
details.
Poor
So I was
guy.
watching his response, and that's another 12-minute video,
Oh.
and it was just getting kind of crazy.
You had like 3 responses.
All right, well, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You know what? None of that should be an issue, huh?
No, but it
I
delayed.
mean, in fact, when I go to the Dave Portnoy story, I'm just going to throw it over to you and be like, Anna, you are very well up to speed on this deal. I just got it, an hour ago. I've kind of getting through a little bit.
Yeah.
But take it away, Anna. Well, initially Dave said this, and then he said that, and then they came back with this, and he came back with that.
Right. So I was watching his Instagram.
You're a big Dave Portnoy fan, are you not?
I am. I really am. I think he's great.
He's got swagger.
He's got a lot of swagger. He's got a lot of money. He just carries himself well. He comes across as like a really honest and sincere guy.
And he also comes across as just like a regular dude.
Yes.
Like,
and that's what his brand is all about.
Just like, hey, I'm walking into a regular pizza place. By the way, his pizza review segment is just brilliant.
It is. It really is.
I mean, it's just absolutely fundamentally, simply brilliant.
And I've seen 85-year-olds do parodies of it, and everybody knows about it.
It's become very, pop culture.
Correct, yeah.
You may not even know who Dave Portnoy, but you know the pizza review deal.
Mm-hmm. Everybody knows the rules,
Everybody knows the rules. One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Right, exactly.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Yeah, so I was kind of getting in the weeds on that.
I'm so much into it that I'll even tell you, I play this little game with myself as I'm watching Dave Portnoy's pizza review, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, you can find, he has it distributed everywhere.
Yeah.
Like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
One pizza. Everyone knows the rules.
Everybody knows the rules. But I'll even watch it, and then based on Dave's reaction and his little comments about, look, that's foldable. Look at that, an artesian. Look at that flaky crust. Looks like they could have maybe kept it in for one more minute. Nice.
I've actually never seen it.
Oh,
really?
For real?
Nope.
I
guess I'm the odd man out. I'm not a huge fan of him.
Oh, we can turn your mic off then, because we only want positive things about Dave.
I know. That's why.
I'm telling you, not asking.
Yeah. Whoa. F you, Blitz. I'm telling, not asking. I'd have to co-sign on that one with you, hon.
Thank you.
So.
Sorry, Vlad. Don't hurt me.
Sorry, Chris. Don't kill me. But I'm even I'm so into it that I'll try to score it.
Before he does?
Before he does.
Yeah.
Like just looking at it?
Well, no. Based on what he's saying. Like, based on what he's saying. It's always like a 2 or 3 minute build-up. He goes through the whole deal. He talks about the crust. He talks about whether it's like an artesian. Then he'll go back and reference a couple other places. He'd be like, this one's kind of like, San Vito's and Worcester, whatever. And then I'll be like, man, I think it's going to be about a 7.3, 7.4. Yeah. That's how ate up I am with it. On.
All right, pizza review time. Right in these people's faces. So while we move down here, so we're not in your face doing it. It's all right. Bay Ridge.
But the bad thing about it now is he's becoming such a celebrity that he can't. This almost started out it started out as a secret shopper kind of a deal. Like, I don't want to be recognized. I'm going to get a piece of pizza and give you an honest opinion about this local pizza.
Right.
Well, now as soon as they see him walking in, they're like, oh
50
man,
cameras on him.
Yeah.
Lombardo's.
He did the one in Tampa.
He did?
Yeah. I just saw it.
Sidetrack.
He's off. He has a place in Florida somewhere, but yeah.
I think it's Miami.
He did one at Eddie and Sam's.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. That's a really good place.
What place is it?
Eddie and Sam's downtown.
Hold on here.
Oh. I've never been there.
It's really good.
It's made with New York water?
Yes, it's made with New York water.
Sewer water?
Frankie, we got a situation in there. All right, Frankie. We are at Eddie and Sam's in Tampa.
Hold on, this guy almost hit him with a bike.
All right,
Some Ty J almost hit him with a bike. What?
Eddie and Sam's in Tampa, Florida.
But Dave doesn't put anything over. Not one.
Did not expect this here. This is they had like 8 to 10 ovens. Call center when you call in. Place is buzzing busy. It's like 12:30. Shocking amount of pizza, and they call this, by the way, New York pizza since 1998. Place is going big time.
And if you remember, Blitz, Eddie and Sam's was one of my first sponsors at 98 Rock.
Yeah.
They used to bring us breakfast pizza like once a week.
What's in breakfast pizza?
Oh my!
Like eggs and like a breakfast burrito, but
you've never had a breakfast pizza?
Hold on, Anna.
Oh,
wow. Mike's Pizza on 49th and Almerton. I made their breakfast pizza famous.
Yeah.
What's on it?
One bite, everybody knows the rules. Let's see what we got. They say the New York pizza. I'm the New York guy. I'm actually city slickered out, too. Black on black on black, you can probably tell. By the way, Tampa, it's overcast, it's cold. Not what I expect in Florida weather. Kind of a dreary city. Kind of makes me think of the Trop. Like just gray and like gross people and gross buildings.
Hey,
Ricker J, 25, 2102 bits.
Thank you, buddy.
Gross lives. I don't know why anyone would live here.
Oh, really?
You guys are fans.
Yeah, now I'm pissed, actually.
No, Anna, I kind of am mad, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Hey,
mad.
guess what? Screw you guys. I was on this train first.
Everybody knows the rules.
Watch my pizza over though.
This pizza from the outside looking in, I don't get it. I won't some Tampa flop, some limp dick. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Eddie and Sam's. Not bad.
He's a low 7 at best.
No, he's getting high 6.
Nah, 6'9" to 7'2".
I say 6'8".
This is what I do, Blitz. When I watch him, this is what I do. Just
Yeah. That's a fun game.
6'8" to 7.
I say 6'8".
I'm saying 6'8" to 7'2". Maybe I'm saying a 6'9" or a 7. I'm gonna.
Not bad. Very greasy.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
Probably not good.
And look at the grease on the box.
Usually not good.
Yeah.
That's real.
Well, I'm down to you. I'm at about a 6'7" now.
Yeah.
Grease. That's Evan Longoria grease right there, all greased up. I love that guy. Pride of Tampa. Mr. Devil Ray. Don't play for him anymore. Still Mr. Devil Ray.
Right.
Also a past pizza guest. One bite, everyone knows rules.
Hold on.
He takes like 10 bites.
This is you know Eddie probably got a hold of his guy washing dishes. Hey man, we got some wise guy out there.
Look at that look he's giving
and
them.
this is Tampa, man. This Tampa will just whip your ass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This guy that made the pizza, he's freaking out.
Yeah, he's like, you said my pizza's too greasy, bitch?
Yeah.
Hold on. Just the president of this guy right here probably got Eddie over a 7.
When you're in Tampa, is what you do. I can see your eyes. What are you doing? What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
You making a video?
Oh yeah, we do pizza reviews.
Oh yeah, y'all go to all the places down here.
Well, no, we do New York, so we can put it to the test because you guys are sending New York style pizza, so we do all the New York ones.
Okay.
500.
500?
500.
What are you putting on Instagram?
It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on Barstool Sports. A website. It's everywhere.
Oh wow.
It's the preeminent pizza review operation in the entire world. Actually.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, millions and millions. So
I like that Dave Portnoy actually breaks it on down to the guy in the back, don't you?
Yeah. Think about that compared to actual being in New York.
Well, you guys are saying you guys are New York.
Yeah. Well,
hold on. The black guy's ready to whip his ass, saying, "I want to know how you're breaking this down."
The owners, the original owners, were from New York.
Got it. I mean, you guys got quite an operation going over there. Eight ovens. It's greasy. Yeah. I like it a little more well done. It's good. It's thin. I feel like this is what. If you're not,
hey, this might be one of the times Anna
bumps it up.
that somebody kind of comes strong arms him a little bit, right? Yeah. This is called a Tampa strong arm right here.
I like it.
In New York, you say New York pizza is. I don't know if it's really New York.
He's kind of backing Dave down a little bit, is he not?
Pizza. I give it like a.
Hold on.
7-1.
Oh, okay.
Say you're sorry, Anna.
7-1.
I hit it down.
Yeah, but then you said down to 6-7.
He was kidding.
I think I said between 6-8 and 7-2.
Well, we didn't know that there was going to be a
strong arm guy.
A strong arm kicker?
Chef kicker, right?
We didn't know there'd be a strong arm kicker.
I didn't know there was going to be a strong arm kicker. He walks in.
I like the pizza. I like it a little bit better than I like Pizza Hut and Papa John's. And
he likes it a little bit better.
I give it more like
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, 8.5. 8 because we make the pies.
Yeah. So no, I mean I don't know that's. They put that on the slogan, like a little bit better than Pizza Hut, a little bit better than Papa John's.
Right.
Yeah, that guy's fine.
David's so funny. You might want to put that on a slogan, a little bit better than Papa John's.
Look at his face.
Look right
but
there.
That's what makes him Dave Portnoy, right?
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. Take it easy. Not a ringing endorsement. I want to try mine into the force based on that.
What did he say?
I
want to drop it to the 4s based on that.
Eddie and Sam's, a little bit better than Pizza Hut, a little bit better than Papa John's. 7-1. And maybe I just got caught in the hype. You guys can go right through if you want. That's a review. Eddie and Sam's. Don't know what all the hype is about.
Dave literally thinks he's going to get his ass kicked in downtown Tampa.
If we're being totally honest. I think in Tampa, you just fucking...
Oh, yeah. You're right.
They just get excited because they got nothing.
Wow.
Hurtful. I still love him, though.
I do, too.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
I just love the swag.
Yeah, he's being honest.
Just straight swag. He literally, he is the epitome of not giving a crap.
Well, he's got FU money.
Yeah.
At least, hopefully he did.
There's not a lot of guys can roll around like Portnoy and Rogan and Bill Burr and Chappelle and there are some people. Louis C.K. There are some people. Larry David. There are some. What's going on?
Who just clapped?
Who clapped?
I don't know. I think there was just a noise.
It just went. I just heard a.
And I was on a roll, and then you just stopped me on a clap caper. God, you're disrupted today. Very mentally ugly. What's your problem?
I have so many.
Anna, are you going to be? Do you have the right headspace to do?
Yes, I'm getting dialed in. The caffeine's kicking in.
So I was going to ask you what we started to get into, and then we got down to a Dave Portnoy hole, and back to the Anna stuff.
Oh, right.
And that is not the heat, not the lack of respect that you showed your media supervisor.
Yeah.
Which you think we need to formally write her up?
Oh yeah. Sure.
Like we have formal write-ups around here.
I know.
Or an HR department.
I don't know that we have.
We have Post-it notes.
I don't think we have.
Just stick it on my head.
Anything formal write-up.
Oh, thanks.
Like Lummy could literally go to the kitchen, pull his pants down, take a poop on the counter, with his wiener hanging out, offends everybody, causes a health hazard for fellow employees, and like we would like, Lummy, don't poop on the counter no more.
You'd be like, did anyone record it?
We got
Put it on TikTok.
Put it on TikTok.
Not to scroll anyone, but we do this on the air all the time. Brian Matroni wants to know if people want Chick-fil-A or fruit today.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think fruit sounds good, but it's a Friday, and
Yeah.
anything brought in fruit-wise would kind of go to waste.
Well, what I'm saying is fruit would be great, but man, so would it. I would, maybe.
Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
And
Chick-fil-A.
Jesus is on that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh yeah, Jesus is already. Yeah.
He won't shut up over here. He's actually awake.
Yeah, actually,
He heard
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, he
Daddy,
woke
let's
up.
get a couple chicken
Popped up.
sandwiches. Come on, Daddy.
I mean, Blitz, I would probably go to the cheating side of things today. You know what I'm saying? Put an order in with Brian, but put me down for a cheat. Like,
Okay.
put me down for a chicken sandwich.
Okay, that's all you want, chicken sandwich?
Do they have waffle fries?
Not in the morning.
They don't?
No, they have hash browns.
I'll take those too.
Okay, Lummy?
Yeah.
Yeah, chicken sandwich, please.
Hash browns?
Anna?
Hash
Can I
browns.
get a fruit cup?
Okay. And
Thank you.
Let
Thank
me
you,
say
Brian.
chicken
I'll
sandwich
get-
and hash browns.
I'll get
Chicken
Tyler's.
sandwich and hash browns, Mr. Bubba.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get Tyler's
Thank
off
you.
there.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
I'll text Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
We just talking in tones now.
Grunts.
So Anna,
Yeah.
you said your initial, you being mentally ugly today.
Yes.
Snapping at Blitz.
I'm really just mad at myself.
being ugly on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
but cute on the outside, but very ugly on the inside. Like, last place in the Miss White Trash Trailer Park beauty contest.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Like chest tattoo bad.
Yeah. Like you got a nice, I don't know why white trash women do this,
It's so
but
bad.
you got there's a kind of a white trash chick. She's kind of hot. She's kind of naturally hot. She's got some natural nice boobs, some really nice boobs. And then she has a big medieval sword tattooed right down, right
Sternum.
down her sternum.
So bad.
Like, man, I like tattoos. I like sleeves. I like some of that, but just not right down the center of the highway.
Oh,
The cleavage
I couldn't
highway.
agree more.
Like, not down the center of the cleavage highway. Maybe under boob, maybe rib cage willy, maybe something like that. But just not down the cleavage highway, please. Nothing above the lower hanging part of the boob.
Right.
That should be tattoo law. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's probably some guys that like it. Not me.
I'm not a big fan of tattoos,
hate it.
period.
Mm-mm.
So, Anna,
Yeah.
you're worse than that bitch.
Yeah, I know. It's not good for anyone.
So, what time did you go to bed last night?
A little after 11,
Which,
and I was planning on going to bed probably closer to 10.
yeah.
So I was just mad at myself.
So now at that point, you're like, oh my God, it's 11. I just screwed myself out of
Yeah.
getting in a rabbit hole here.
Mhm.
And now I'm mad.
Mad at
Yeah,
myself.
mad
I'm
at
like, why did I
myself.
let this happen? I know that it's going to screw up my day tomorrow, and I
Right.
just don't.
And you got 2 shows to do.
Yep.
'Cause
And my friend's coming in,
Oh, yeah, that.
and I have to clean the house.
Hold on. And your friend, deep down, I kind of got up in your head about your friend a little bit. Did I not? You do have some of those
I
thoughts.
actually did talk about that with another friend.
You did.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I'm like, is it weird? But I was asking another guy. I was asking Will. I saw him yesterday because we have a little podcast thing.
Right?
And so I was asking him about it. I'm like, is that weird? That
Well, you
girls and
can't-
guys are friends? And I'm like, wait, we're friends.
Yeah, you're asking Will.
You're asking Will, who is in the same zone.
Yeah.
He's stuck and been put in the same category as the loser from Canada. So you
Right.
can't get a guy, it'd be like me
I
commenting
know.
about another fat guy.
Right,
You're like,
exactly.
hey, how fat's that guy? Well, he's fat.
Mhm.
But so am I. I'm fat.
Well, I just kind of asked him about, are you able to shut it off if you're trying to be a friend with someone, but you also want to bang him? He goes, if I know it's a no and it's never going to happen, I can shut it off. But if it was proposition, I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, well, then that means deep down he wants it to happen. Because he said if I was propositioned,
Yeah, he
then
told
hell
me
yeah.
that. He's like, yeah, if you proposition me, absolutely, but I know it's never going to happen. It's fine.
Those are guys who are losers on the inside. They have no swag. Like if I was hanging out with you and I was stuck in the friend zone,
Mm-hmm.
I would be still constantly trying to get out of the friend zone. I would just I'm not going to stay in this friend zone rut. I'm not going to put in 5 years of being just your friend. If I don't get any ass off the first 2 years, I'm out.
Right. First 2 years? You'd put in 2 years?
No,
I didn't
maybe
think so.
2 months.
Yeah, when you said
2
years, I was
months?
like, whoa.
2 months.
You even want to commit to 2 months? I would think you'd like 2 dates and then you're like,
Well, there's
time for your
no
life.
dates. First of all, there are no dates.
It's
Well,
it's 2 months of like him also like banging other chicks every other night.
Oh, right.
No,
right.
no,
I forgot about that.
Maybe back in the day, not today's era.
Oh,
Please. You think this is Bubba 98 Rock?
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is Bubba, trying to hang on, buddy.
Oh,
It's not near my life anymore. Very conservative.
scratching and clawing. You're scrappy.
I'm scratching for traction right now. So anyway, Anna,
Yeah.
it is, like if you were to ask a regular guy,
Right.
like let me just get like Creatine Travis, okay? That's a good guy because he's very faithful to his wife. His wife is very beautiful. He's a guy's guy.
He is.
would never cheat on her.
No.
But he would, if he was in the dating world, and he was, dating,
Mhm.
he's not going to just be some bitch's friend for 5 years if there's not going to get any ass. Only losers do that.
Yeah.
Us
I mean,
guys,
Will's
us guys,
getting ass, just not with me. Like, he has a girlfriend.
I know.
Okay.
What's even weirder, I'll tell you who should be the most mad
Her?
would be her.
I've asked other people about that. I'm like, I wonder if that makes her uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's like, why you? And you know what? You're probably a little cuter than her too.
Well,
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Whoa. Wow.
I'm kidding.
I mean, Will Coons. God bless his little soul, but he's Will Coons. Nobody knows who he is. He's not a star. He's just getting some regular ass, mid-grade ass. She's probably not nearly as hot as you are. Which
She's pretty cute.
that's why he's sticking around. Hopefully, one of these days you'll trip up. And
His
find-
girlfriend's cute. I've seen her.
All right, whatever. Just trying to put on over a
yeah,
little bit.
she's pretty cute.
So-
But every time I see her.
no guys, no regular dudes will put in 4, 5, 8, 10 years of just being your friend. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Not in the world you live in, but in the rest of the world. Would you not admit that
Yes.
you don't live in our same
No,
world?
and I also mentioned that I'm like, am I just living by a different set of rules here? Because I think everybody around me thinks it's really weird, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird because it's just my reality. So
Well, you're the only person that I know that lives this way.
right,
Blitz, would you be a girl's guy friend and fly into a different country to go to a stupid ass music concert only to sleep on her couch for 2 days when you know that she had her door triple deadbolted and she had a full blown nightgown? Like, there's no way for you to get any ass. There's no way to get a handhold. There's no way to get a makeout. There's no way to get oral. There's no way to get nothing.
No.
You might as well go to the music concert with your best buddy because you got more in common with him than you do this chick who thinks that you're a friend.
I still think the worst person here is the guy that lives around here that has the girlfriend he's going to go see.
Oh, yeah. So the
the Orlando guy.
your Canadian friend that's coming to see you
yeah.
for 2 days, which I think at the end of the day initially started out as something that you were into. Now I think you're in your own head and you're freaked out on the deal. I think you're actually freaked out to the point where you're going to have a miserable time with him.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But it did get in my head a little bit. As if is this bizarre? Is this weird?
You are so bizarre on so many different levels.
I'm learning that more and more every day.
And so don't you understand that like this show could almost be trying to get you recentered?
Like a reset.
We listen, there's probably a happy medium from what I want you to be and from what you are. There's got to be some place in the middle that would make you more normal. I'd like you to be out there kicking it out wide, giving out 3-4 pieces of ass a week,
Yeah, that's normal.
being cool, party girl, funny, smart, and gives out ass.
Oh, okay.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
But that's not in the cards. That's not
No.
cool. But the way you're doing it ain't cool either.
No.
I mean, we could come to some common ground here,
Right.
where you just pinpoint a couple guys that you're giving a shot to.
Mhm.
You can't win if you don't play the game.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
What's
gonna
that Wayne Gretzky quote?
you're not gonna make a goal if you don't shoot.
Right.
I mean, if you just out there skating around, you might as well not even have a stick because you're not gonna shoot.
Right. I
So
have
at
no
that point,
stick.
Blitz. I mean, Lummy, who the hell's gonna let you on the ice if they don't even have a stick?
Yeah, no one.
Society is the ice, and they're like, bitch, we don't even want you skating on us because you don't have a stick. You don't even want to score. Who wants a player on their team that doesn't even want to score?
Just wants to skate around and
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to score. What if it ended to be a tie? 0-0. There's no losers. Just a tie.
Everyone gets along.
Yeah, everybody gets a tie. Get a participation trophy. Just saying, Anna.
Yeah.
And you could be giving a couple guys a shot, and then maybe that would turn into a one guy stands up as a little bit better than the other one, and he's cool, and you guys get to know each other, and you guys fall in love, and you date, and all that kind of stuff. But in order to even get that,
I am trying though, Bubba.
No, you're not.
Yes,
you're trying
I am.
for guys that you meet on Tinder.
Yeah,
Well,
they're like tens.
It's Bumble. No, they're not tens.
But I'm saying, you're trying for God. It'd be like me, thinking I need to go out. I'm gonna, get into the dating scene. I'm only gonna date, 25-year-olds. I'm up to like 40 now.
35.
I'm in the 40s now.
Oh.
My dating pool's in the 40s.
Right.
No, I mean,
Well, that's
yeah,
age appropriate.
yeah, sure. But at least I'm playing the game.
I'm trying to
getting all-
play.
no,
I'm
you're
just swinging
not.
and missing.
No,
yes,
you're not.
yes,
you're
I
not, you're
am.
not.
I'm going on dates.
But Anna, having a guy, the world that you live in is so weird.
Yeah, it is.
You shouldn't even be having a guy that's only your friend, that's traveling to another country, and you guys are only friends.
Mhm.
Why don't you make out with him at least? Could you make out with him?
No, that would. I think that would ruin a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're so deep into this friend game now, you can't even
Well, it's been 8 years.
I know. So now you just got to stay the course.
Yeah, of
Now,
course.
but now you need to start unwinding it so you don't end up hurting him long term. Because deep down, he's lying to you, saying that he just wants to be your friend. Because no man just wants to be friends. We may say that so we can spend some time with you, but deep down, we want you to be kicking it out wide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't seen him in 5 years, so it's not like this
He's
is
gummed
a.
up.
He's gummed up.
Blitz, you
I mean,
think
he's had relationships in that
Blitz, do you
period.
think he'll be laying on the couch out there, setting fast time on himself? You think he'll ask Anna for some courtesy coconut oil?
So I have I don't know anything about this guy at all, but I kind of have a feeling he's not interested.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
Well,
We've
then what's
never-
the point? What's the point?
We enjoy
Right.
each other's company. Do you know what that's like?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do.
Okay. Have you ever met a girl you just vibe with, but you didn't bang? Or no? That doesn't make sense.
I
in your
mean,
brain.
not really.
Okay.
Relatives.
There you go. He's my brother.
My sister, my mom,
Well, you touch her, don't you?
my sister. I touch everybody.
You give her bean dips.
I touch everybody.
Right. And I touch nobody.
Yeah, but
So we're kind of in the same boat
Don't
there.
make my touching like I'm at the grade school. Like my touching isn't creepy. My touching is affectionate and family. If I touch you, then it's your family.
You're close to me, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Lummy, did you ever see me touch Joey Logano?
No.
I never even grabbed a hold of him, did any wrestling, nothing.
Nothing.
But I thought Tuttle was pretty cool, and I touched Tuttle.
Yep.
That
That
doesn't
sounds
sound
weird.
too good. No, but if I put, for instance, I don't really touch Brian Petroni that much
Right.
compared to how much I touch Dan.
Right.
So it's kind of it's just kind of where you are with
It's a proximity thing. Emotional
Well,
proximity.
yeah,
The
it's
people that are close to you, you touch more.
me. And I'm sure that these drops are going to be used against me, but it's not touching as in,
Sexual.
No, it's just, grabbing their arm or,
Yeah.
putting your hand on their shoulders or putting them in a fake little arm bar or just,
Chicken wing him.
Yeah, chicken winging them or just, whatever, punching them in the side of the
face.
of the thigh
Yeah.
or cracking their back or, giving them an ear grip. Just a little touching.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like you and you like me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it's male on male. It doesn't matter if it's a girl. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And women, and I touch women too.
Yeah.
But Anna, I don't touch you that much because you throw out such a don't touch me vibe.
You
You throw
seem
out
to like to manhandle me.
But I do. I want to toughen you up.
Yeah. Or you just think I need a correction.
No, there's no correction.
I think you said that before.
I think you just need manhandled. I just think you need roughed up a little bit.
I probably do.
And by what I mean by that is when we were kids and Blitz, you went outside and you just, jumped in the mud puddle and threw rocks at each other and made mud pies and ate, ate, went into lunch and didn't wash your hands and picked your ass and peed outside and shot BB guns and blew off fireworks and stepped on bees and got stingers in your feet and got bit by a spider and
what the hell?
Just
normal stuff.
Stuff that
smells your balls.
When we were playing baseball blitz and we would sometimes use a tennis ball. Well, we tried to hit the guy. Like that's how you would get out. Is you could throw the ball and hit him. And when you got winged up offside of the head with a tennis ball, it kind of hurt.
Yeah, I bet.
Seriously, you'd be going running and then all of a sudden Johnny Moore, who had just an absolute cannon for an arm, would hit you in the back of the head with a tennis ball.
You just hear that pop.
Bam! And you're like, wow. But that's what we did as kids, and it made us tough.
Right.
You're not tough.
Guess not.
No, like you didn't do any of that stuff, did you?
Have you ever been hit in the head with a tennis ball at full speed?
No.
Have you ever been hit in the head with a tennis ball? You've been shot with a BB gun.
I've never shot a BB gun or been shot with a BB gun.
Every one of us have been shot with a BB gun far away, and sometimes they've stuck.
Yeah, in your finger.
Sometimes close up.
Yeah. Blitz blew two.
It's still sitting in his finger.
Well, one of them is.
Yeah.
Blitz blew two
I cannot
BBs in
believe
his
that's
finger.
still there.
But I've been hit with a BB from like 25 yards, and it hurts like hell.
Oh, yeah.
Just have a big welt.
And the only rules when we did BB gun fights were, and it was everybody really abided by this, below the chest.
Yeah.
Like lower shots only. But you'd come back from playing BB gun wars, and it looks like you got bit by 5,000 ants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you had all these welts on you. And it hurt like hell to get hit by a steel BB. Especially Matt Gibson, that son of a bitch. We all had the Daisy spring-loaded Willys blitz, so they're not really that.
Right.
But he had a pump-up Jones.
Oh, just keep pumping
cheater.
it.
Yeah, the bad thing about it is we could get 5 or 6 off before he could pump his up. But that's how we'd have to do it. But when his pumped-up BB gun hits you, you could tell, I just got hit by Matt Gibson. I'm going to go, when this game is over, I'm going to bend his spokes.
Is that bad?
How many of us, put the playing cards with clothespins on
everybody
our
did.
bike
Oh, yeah.
and I thought we had motorcycles?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone did that.
How many of us took a stick and put it in your guy that you didn't like spokes and
That'll,
flipped them?
that'll stop you quick as hell.
Yeah, sure will.
We'd take a baseball bat and we'd be riding beside this guy like Matt Gibson, who we didn't like. And literally Johnny Moore, who was kind of the toughest, he would put literally his aluminum baseball bat in Matt Gibson's spokes, and Matt would literally flip over his bike.
Yeah, you go right over the front handlebars.
Ruin his spokes and wheel. Have to walk your bike home bloody. and then
a jerk.
like your dad didn't call his dad up, and nope.
Just how it happened.
Nope. But instead, Matt Gibson then one day got a slingshot. He was the first guy to have one of those slingshots that went like against your arm.
Oh, yeah, the wrist rocket.
See, Matt Gibson had the most money, so his mom would go out and buy him the coolest stuff, and then he'd use it on us. And then we'd beat his ass.
And take it.
And take it. And so we're at the bus stop one day, and Matt Gibson is supposed to be at the bus stop, but I can see him kind of far away, and I just hear... and I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
Like you're in the Matrix.
He's in the neighbor's parking lot, and they had kind of the bigger stones for driveway.
Yep.
He's sniping you.
And he's not trying to hit me. He's trying to hit Matt Gibson. Because I'm sorry, he's trying to hit Johnny Moore because Johnny Moore's the one that put that bat spoked him.
Yeah, redemption for that.
But he hit me instead right on the side of the thigh, and it literally felt like a bullet hit me.
Yeah, you thought you got shot by a sniper?
Yeah, and I'm like, ah! and it's like, what's going on?
Shot!
What's going on?
Man
so then
down.
Matt Gibson comes running up and goes, oh, it was me in this new slingshot. I was trying to hit Johnny. Well, Johnny was such an outlaw blitz that he would smoke at the bus stop.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he was what, like 12?
No,
they're elementary school.
He was
What the hell?
He was like 13, and he'd hide these cigarettes underneath this little bucket.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
Is he dead?
Died of lung cancer.
Yeah.
Anyway,
At 13.
but he was a badass. So me and Matt Gibson, we were like 10 or 11, and Johnny was like 13, and he was smoking at the bus stop. Of course, we couldn't say a word. So Matt comes running up and says, oh, my God, Bubba, I can't believe I hit you. I was trying to hit Johnny. Well, you should have never said that because Johnny's the meanest guy
Exactly.
here. So Johnny said, you were trying to hit me? Matt goes, yeah, for doing the bat and the spokes deal.
So now you're mad at him because he did hit you, and Johnny's mad at him because he was going to hit Johnny.
I'm just glad that I'm got my licks, and I'll have to take another one because Johnny now our bus driver was Don Light, and our bus got to, it was like clockwork at 7:30, like absolute clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's still like 7:20. You always had to get out there a little bit early.
Sure. Right.
And you had to walk a little bit to get to it. Well, it's like 7:20. There's 10 more minutes left before.
That's a long time when you're a kid.
Johnny Moore starts absolutely taking this slingshot and beating Matt Gibson to a pulp with it. So then the bus is coming. He takes the slingshot, runs behind the tree, stores him where he stores his cigarettes, the slingshot. And then when we got home, that was Johnny's slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
And he would only slingshot Matt Gibson all the time. And so then Matt Gibson had to get a moped in order to get away from Johnny. So Matt Gibson was the first guy to have a moped in the neighborhood too.
Was this kid rich?
Yeah, he was the rich little
That's what
bastard.
Bubba said. His mom had money.
When we had the Daisy $12 cock spring-loaded BB guns,
Yeah, he had the pump
he had the $46 pump-up Willie with a scope on it.
Oof.
When we had regular bikes, he had like a badass 12-speed mountain bike Willie. And then when he got the first one to get a moped, and none of us could get mopeds. Our dads were not buying us mopeds because they were like $800.
Yeah.
And this is like 1979, 1980, and the mopeds that all the real rich kids around town had, Blitz, were Puch, P-U-C-H.
Okay.
And they were like $800.
They're the ones that you could pedal or ride.
Yeah, but you just pedaled them to start them.
Right.
Yeah, they actually had to have pedals on them.
Yep.
To make them a moped.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one I sent you?
Yeah, hold on here. And so everybody, yes, right here.
Oh, this is badass.
Hold on. This is what all the rich kids in Warsaw, Indiana had. If you had a Puch moped in Warsaw, Indiana, like, you don't understand.
In like the 80s, not everyone, but a lot of people had those.
But that back in in 79, 80, that was $800.
Yep.
And so Matt Gibson has one of these, and here we are stuck on our bikes. And, we look like some real jobbers going. And so.
Yeah. He's got a real motor. You got a playing card.
He has an exhaust.
My subdivision during the summertime, my subdivision was about 4 miles from Center Lake. And everybody gathered around during the day at Center Lake.
Yeah, went to the beach.
And went to the beach all day. Well, we'd have to pedal our asses up there, and it just wasn't as cool pedaling up to Center Lake as it was being, Fonzie pulling a bearing.
Motorized.
And then there were probably like 15 kids in all of Warsaw's whose parents were loaded that bought them. So it was like 15 people that had these Puch mopeds, and they were like, the rich ones.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to my dad, and I go, Dad, Doug Clem, can I get a moped? And he's like, do you know how much mopeds cost? I'm like, well, down at Ringers, that's where they sold them. Ringers, R-I-N-G-E-R-S, Ringers.
Like a hardware store?
And his guy's name is Don Ringer. I go, well, I went down to Ringers yesterday. Well, I don't like Don Ringer. That guy's a crook. We wouldn't get it from Don Ringer anyway. Well, Dad.
Go to Sears.
Don Ringer's the only one. Don Ringer's the only one that sells Puchs. Well, you don't need a Puch.
Need a Honda.
Then my dad goes, I was at work. Well, one of the guys brought his kid one for like $350. So my dad goes and gets this moped for $350.
Oh, he got you one?
Well, hold on.
Oh.
For a day.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So my dad goes and gets me one of these mopeds for $350. Now, mind you, it's $350 out of my savings account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not.
He didn't.
No.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it because it was the kind of moped that was a bike with a motor on the front wheel.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It just sat it had a wheel that sat on the other wheel?
Yes.
Oh, those are the worst.
And to start it, you had to get a lever and hold on. You had to lever up the motor, then you had to bike, and then you had to move the lever down, and then the momentum would kick the moped deal on.
No.
Find me one of those. So Doug Clem finds one of his buddies whose son went to college back in like the mid 70s. So this is like a 75 or 76 model.
Like a hand-me-down?
Yeah. And that were new for $350. You know what? It's hard telling how much Doug probably paid for it and how much he put my $350 in his pocket.
Yeah, he paid $1.50 for it and put $2 in his pocket.
So he brings this thing to me. And you guys find me a picture, please. He brings this to me. It's red. It's fire engine red. Okay? Hold on here. Let me see.
Is that it?
Yes.
Ew.
Except it wasn't rusted.
Yeah, it was red.
It was all brand new. But yes.
That's it?
Ish. No,
Looks
it
like
wasn't.
trash.
Again, it wasn't rusted. It was all brand
I
new.
know,
It
but
was,
it's just a bike with a.
yes. So Doug Clem rolls up, and I'm thinking that Doug Clem tells me that morning, "Hey, I'm going to get you a moped."
You're like, hell yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm going to be one of the boys.
I'm like, yeah, yeah. I don't know where the Pook image went. I
Yeah.
lost it.
So it's like that one then?
Hold on here.
Because you said red.
Yes, this is identical. This is exactly what Doug Clem brought me right there. That was like almost identical.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the double kickstand there. And Blitz, the only way to get this thing started, this is the exhaust right here.
Yeah.
The only way to get this thing started was you had to lift this motor up off of a lever, and you had to go real fast, and then
put it down,
and then drop the motor on the tire.
Yeah.
And
because it just had another wheel that pushed against the other tire,
Right.
the bicycle tire.
So my dad brings me this, and I'm thinking,
how happy were you?
Well, I didn't know what to do. I'm trying to find all my.
I sent you the Pook again.
Yeah, but I missed my.
Do you act happy out of courtesy?
No.
You don't.
No.
Look at
So
that.
he
That's
goes-
gonna get you beat.
So Dad takes it off, and he goes, "Well, Jim showed me how to do this. Let me show you." So Doug gets on it in the driveway, and he drives down the driveway a little bit and gets it started right up. Drops the lever, and then he goes and takes it around the block, and he comes back, goes, "Man, I think it's pretty fast. I think it might even be faster than those Pooks." Well, the Pooks would do about 40.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I said before I bitched, I'm like, well, let me take this thing around.
You never know.
Yeah. So now I had the Pooks had like a real nice, it looked like maybe a calibrated speedometer, like a real one that might be accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But on the one on the moped that I had, this speedometer looked like it came right from Sears. So you can just tell Blitz like a high dollar calibrated speedometer from a jobber one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, before I bitch, I know Matt Gibson's goes about 37, 38 miles an hour because I did drive it a few times.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah. So let me see how fast this thing is. Although it's an eyesore, if this thing will go 45, I might have something here, right? At least At least I'll be like, okay, mine looks like a jobber, but it's faster than yours. I got something to hold on to here, right? I get on this thing, and I'm taking it around the block and bringing it back. Doug Clem out there smoking a Doral.
No!
That's what he smoked, Dorals. Menthol.
Menthol.
So
Oh, man.
menthol Dorals is what Doug Clem smoked.
Jesus.
You know how many times I had to go? I don't even think you could go down. I don't think you can send your 8-year-old kid to the convenience store to buy a pack of cigarettes
No
for his
way.
dad anymore.
Yeah, I don't
Not
think so.
anymore.
No, but back in the day, you just be like, "Hey, go down there and get me
Yeah.
some cigarettes."
My dad would give me go get me a pack of cigarettes.
Yep.
And you didn't even have to your dad didn't even have to tell you what his brand was.
You knew.
No,
knew.
you knew.
Now, would he give you a little extra so you could get like a candy bar?
No way.
Oh,
Sometimes.
okay. Like,
But I would get a Yoo-hoo instead. Like you'd have
Yoo-hoo strong.
You'd have 25 cents or 30 cents left, and then you would be like, okay, do I get the Yoo-hoo in the vending machine at the gas station by the convenience store, or do I just go ahead and get the Hershey's? And I went and got the Yoo-hoo usually.
Yoo-hoo's so good.
And so I get on this thing, and I start it, starts right up, make a left out of the garage. I'm down Robin Drive now, getting her all. By the way, Blitz, you have to drive right by Matt Gibson's house.
Okay, so he heard you out there.
No, I don't even know that he was in home. I was hoping he didn't. I was hoping he didn't see it.
I'm sure you were going, what, 45 past his house?
Oh, no, hold on.
46, 47.
So by Matt Gibson's house, you'd be wound up by then. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
It was kind of far, but by the time you passed Matt Gibson's house,
Doing at least 40.
So, like, if I pulled out of my driveway and made a left and went to Matt Gibson's house on his moped, I'd be about 36, 37, 38.
Sure. At least.
Yeah, because I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I get this jobber. I get it going. I'm going by Matt Gibson's house, and I swear my son's life, I'm going 19 miles an hour. 19
strong.
And that thing's winding too. It's like, and it doesn't even sound cool. It literally sounds like a goddamn lawnmower.
Oh, no.
And I'm going 19. So then I kind of put my head down a little bit to try to catch some air.
19 and a half.
The fastest I can get this thing going is 20. That's the fastest I can get this thing going. So I pull in. Doug says, well, what do you think? I go, Dad, it's not what the other kids have.
Oh.
And Dad, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to get clowned so bad. Well, God damn it. You're going to get... Do you know that I never had a moped? I didn't even know who my dad was. And,
did he really use that line?
Yeah, no. But he's like, oh, you know, I was raised by a single woman, and me and your Uncle Bruce had to share bikes, and we never even had anything over a 10-speed, and here you are. Oh, my. And I was trying to distance myself, knowing I think I had an ass whipping coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just cagey enough. He just got mad. He goes, well, I'll tell you what. You figure out how to load it, because he had some ramp in a pickup truck. It wasn't his pickup truck, and it wasn't his ramp.
Oh, okay.
And see, he had to borrow. I mean, I can see where he was mad. He had to borrow a guy's pickup truck to get it to me. And here's the kicker. So I go and I have to get it loaded up, and so I get this ramp. And Blitz, the ramp's like 2 foot wide.
Okay.
And you have to get some speed going on it to get up it.
Oh, no.
So but I get up there. I mean, I almost kill myself, but I get up there.
Okay.
I get it all strapped down best I can. Of course, I didn't strap it right. And my dad then comes out and says, I'm taking it back over to Jim's. Okay? I'm like, okay. My dad comes back and gives me $200.
He kept 150.
He did. He goes, that's for screwing with your dad and making him jump through a bunch of goddamn hoops. So, yeah, I got a moped for one day that cost me $150.
That's kind of expensive to rent a moped for one day.
Hello, yes, we have a woman here. Hello.
Hi, this is Pedro, the pool guy's wife, the flight attendant.
Oh, yeah, the one that bangs all the pilots.
The one that has sex with all the pilots?
I used to, yes. Now I got a pool guy.
Well, no. But let's say PP, prior to Pedro.
Yes.
So prior to Pedro, like approximately how many years were you a flight attendant before Pedro?
20 years.
20 years before Pedro. So we can talk about that stuff because it's not being disrespectful to Pedro because he wasn't your husband.
Exactly.
All right. So 20 years. Now, I'm assuming that's when you probably are fairly young, like maybe in your maybe lower to mid-20s.
19, 20, 21, I think it was.
Like when you first started, I'm sure you're very attractive now, Pedro, the pool guy's wife. I'm sure you are, but you were probably even hotter then, right?
I think so.
Right. And so
I think so. Pre-kid,
Pre-kid, pre-everything.
Pre-Pedro.
Pre-Pedro. So give me a typical, like you're 19, flying, no airlines mentioned, okay? No names.
None yet.
But flying for probably, I'm assuming, a very major airline that has like first class and all that kind of stuff. Like, because I got to think things back in the day got a little shadier when you were also dealing with, maybe affluent first-class customers or celebrities or things like that.
Pre-9/11, it was a lot more lax and a lot more fun.
Have you ever flown as an attendant for like a private?
No.
Because a lot of those charter type, the bigger privates have a flight attendant as well.
Right.
I think they get really crazy.
Yeah, most.
Yeah,
now, so you're 19. Was there a couple of like maybe older flight attendants that kind of broke you in being a rookie? Like you're this 19-year-old girl, like, listen, sister, here's how it goes. The captain.
No, it's absolute competition, you know?
Oh, really?
It's absolute competition. Yeah, they don't want to compete, you know?
No, are
They'd
they
rather
all
push you out the door of the airplane.
are they all vying for the captain? Like, is that what?
Oh, well, usually, actually, the first officer is the more attractive one, though.
The FO?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but like
he's the more attractive one.
Well, because he's probably younger, just by rank.
Yeah, he's usually younger. He works harder. You know, he's got that arrogance coming about him. The captain's just arrogant and used up.
No, so the captain.
That first officer's like a fresh meat kind of deal.
Oh. So now would there become reputation be like this captain's used up, man? All the girls have gone through him.
And captains are arrogant. They just like kind of sit back and just bark out orders. Like the first officer is the one that actually flies the plane usually, unless something happens, and then the captain takes over.
Yeah, I mean they have more. I don't know. More zing.
Was it just assumed that when you guys were laid over that you guys were gonna be blasted? Was it just assumed?
Yeah, yes, it is pretty much like that. Well, it used to be. Put it that way. It used to be It's a lot different now because there's so many younger flight attendants, and you have to be careful that you're not, going to get accused of anything. So a lot of the guys are cautious nowadays.
But now, do you think that there's still a lot of that goes on still?
Oh, yes. In fact, it got so bad that they've had to separate us. So they put the flight attendants in one hotel in a different zip code, is the pilots in another, because the wives were calling and saying that the flight attendants and the pilots were, cohabitating outside the marriage. So they separated us.
Now, would you have certain FOs that you preferred? You're like, oh, I got Jason today. And then all the girls, what is there usually 3 or 4 flight attendants on a flight?
Yeah, anywhere from 3 to 5.
And would you guys all be competing because that guy had a reputation?
No. There was usually, I think there was a hierarchy in the flight attendant group. You just knew who was with who and what was happening. You could tell who was going to be, going where and doing what and doing who.
Now, what about passengers?
No, those are kind of off limits.
Well, no, but hold on. I mean, you're going to try to. I'm sure they're probably somewhat off limits, but you're going to try to tell me that if you didn't see a really hot guy or a celebrity or something like that in first class, you wouldn't try to pass your number or he pass it. I'm sure a lot of that happened.
I remember very well where O.J. Simpson tried to get my girlfriend to go to that sports memorabilia show with him in Las Vegas.
Whoa, that would have been a story.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been, yes. We remember that fondly, yes. That he spent the entire flight trying to get her to go.
Now it's just a yes or no. I probably can't get into too specifics, but were you ever part of the Mile High Club? Did you ever do it in the airplane?
Absolutely.
In
right
the captain's
in the cockpit,
seat?
on a full load. With a full load of people in the back. Yep.
Where did you do it in the laboratory, or did you just do it right there?
Nope, in the cockpit, right in the cockpit seats.
Well, now,
with the first officer standing right there.
And now was it with the captain?
Yes.
And the first officer was watching.
Yes.
Bubba's going to become a first officer quickly.
Yeah, but Pedro's wife said it's not like that anymore. It's just
she's a little older
It's
now.
too hard now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's too hard now.
Didn't
Too
Denzel
many
Washington
tattletales.
there was a Flight 42 or something like that?
I think it was called Flight or something.
Yeah, Flight.
Where they were doing the cocaine up there and,
Now, were there
nobody does any drugs.
Was there some really hot flight attendants that were maybe married, but then they had we've often heard rumors. By the way, this is a current flight attendant, and she's been a flight attendant for 20 plus years, and I'm fascinated by the world of flight attendants. So that's a good listener of the show, Pedro the Pool Guy. His wife is this woman, and every time he calls, I'm like, he's let it be known that his wife is a flight attendant, and I've always Pedro, have your wife call in because I got so many questions about the flight attendant industry. So that's kind of giving everybody a backfill as to who I'm talking about. Now,
absolutely,
were there just some knock-dead gorgeous girl, flight attendants, probably including yourself, that the guys were just it was the first officer and the captain would literally be trying to get it?
I had a relationship like that for quite a long time where I was dating both of the pilots, and we all flew together quite often.
Now, would you just have like a threesome?
They were best friends in college, and then they met at the airline, and then lo and behold, we were on a layover in Orlando one time and met up at a Fridays and had some tequila, and it became a threesome for quite a while.
Like, and so you, you had to tell Pedro that?
I did tell Pedro that one.
Well, Pedro probably thought it was pretty hot. Did he not, or no? Was he mad?
I think any guy that wants to hear about his wife's ex adventures is a pretty good guy. He took it with a grain of salt.
So now, but it was like you guys had a full-blown threesome relationship. The airlines probably didn't know that because they wouldn't have scheduled you, right?
Oh, no. Yes, absolutely not. And actually the back end or the other flight attendants didn't really know. They thought I was, with the one guy. They didn't know that it was both.
Now, would the other guy have to sneak in? The one guy that they thought you were with was probably the captain, right?
Yes.
And they didn't know that the first officer's, in on it too. So would the first officer have to like sneak in?
No, he was just there. He was just there. He was kind of like a little pet,
Now, would you guys
and I
sleep?
mean that in a good way.
Would you all sleep in the same? Would you all spend the night together, or would you guys eventually go back to your own rooms?
No. It's best to go to your own rooms after all the fun is done.
And how long would you guys go for? Like a couple hours?
It'd be a couple hours. Yeah, it'd be a few hours. Yeah, it was a good time. I have fond memories of that.
Now, how many of those? How many threesomes of those situations did you have?
Just that one. That one particular.
And now there were some, I'd gotten various urban legends that like captains and maybe even flight attendants had like a whole nother set of family in a different city. They may be stationed in Fort Lauderdale where they live with one, with their husband and their husband and their kids. But then in Denver, they got a whole nother family over there.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I can't really say too much, but I don't know about family per se, but they definitely, there's a lot of extracurricular activities going on outside the marriages.
No, go ahead, Blitz.
Remember how Dan said he wanted to pay for me to go to flight school?
Right.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So is Bubba. Bubba's ready to change.
Now, was did the baggage handlers get in on any of this action, or the front gate attendants, or is it all just baggage handler?
No. It's just the flight crew and the back end.
Now, was it ever you're on a flight like what before Pedro, prior to Pedro? Did you get laid every night, or was there some nights that the crew wasn't anybody you were compatible with, or you didn't know a guy in that town?
It was very back in the day before Pedro. It was very rarely that you didn't know somebody because the airline was kind of small. So you kind of knew everybody.
Now, would you go? Would you go out of care? Let's say that let's say that you're with United. I don't know that you're probably not, but you know a Delta captain. Like, would you cross mingle brands like that?
Yes. You come across because you can non-rev or jump seat on other airlines usually for free. So you do meet other people within the industry, and it's a one convoluted industry. It's just all intermixed into everybody's.
It's kind of like a lifestyle in itself, is it not?
It is like a life. Yeah, like I told Pedro when he signed on, I said there can't be any jealousy or there just can't be.
Where was the best sit? Now, let's say you're not getting airline D, but you're getting private citizen D. Where was the Where was the best city for private citizen D?
Chicago.
Oh, that came really quickly.
Is that where you're from?
Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from the Midwest, Ohio-ish area.
But Chicago, why? Just because O'Hare's so big, or the city's so big?
The business guy traveling. A lot of businessmen travel from Chicago. It's a good-looking city. The men are a little bit beefier, good-looking, nice, polite, pleasant.
Midwestern.
Yeah, it's just a nicer.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, where was a city that sucked? Like
New York.
You hated getting private D.
You just loathe the passengers from New York. You just loathe them. I mean, it's horrifying. I don't know how that group of people can coexist on the planet with normal people.
What is she?
And I'm not saying all normal. I'm not saying all New Yorkers are abnormal. I'm just saying that the clientele that we attract, not so much.
What do you look like?
Yeah, like what do you look like, Miss Pedro? That's all we know you as. So
I'm 5'4", blonde, chubby now. And
when you say chubby, like 140?
155, 160. We'll say 160.
Got a nice thick ass.
Pedro would defer that.
No, but when you were
the one thing we changed.
when you were rolling, like when you were really dialed in at, let's say,
I
1920.
I did have big breasts, and I was probably 130, 135.
Mm-hmm. And a freak.
I was cute, and then then you go through a chubby phase. The airline makes you chubby.
Can we get her score, Bubba?
Makes you chubby.
How many kids do you got, Miss Pedro?
One child, and then 2 stepchildren. So
well, but only one out of your vag.
Yep.
Because we have
one out of the cut.
One out of the cut. There you go. We have a score that we give women called their vag score, and it's how many children you've had through your vaginal area plus how many men over 8 inches you've had.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Oh Lord. Her answer. Her initial answer was, "Oh Lord."
Oh man.
Oh Lord. Well, you'll have to defer to Pedro on that. But
did Pedro add to the vag score or not?
He did.
So listen, Miss Pedro, I love somebody. Now, Miss Pedro, any being with other flight attendant stories?
Absolutely. 9/11 was a horrible time for this country, but boy, did we as an airline have a good time.
What do you mean?
Just nakedness running around hotels. We were all naked all the time. Just running around the corridors of the hotels.
What?
The girls.
What's wrong with you?
With girls, boys with boys. It was a very sad time. We were all mourning.
Oh, so you're saying 9/11, so you guys coped your sadness with debauchery and just like, orgies and nakedness.
Oh, absolute, yes, absolute orgies, yes, absolute that night. I can remember that fondly too.
So the night of 9/11, while the nation's
and that
freaking
was in
out,
Chicago again.
You had an orgy on 9/11.
Yes.
How long?
Just a person pop, because you said girls with girls and men with men the whole time.
Yes, it was quite quite interesting.
How long did they have you guys locked down in a hotel? Like for a couple days?
Well, during that time, actually, I think we were down for like 4 days, and then an additional 4 days. So we were like there for 8 or 9 days.
And the airlines got to pay for it all because
Oh, sure.
They're not making you guys pay for it.
No, sure. And then that was unexpected, so they had to buy us clothes. We were at
now, did you happen to have an attractive crew on the
Yes.
Now, what day? What was your on 9/11? What was your flight that day?
Actually, we were supposed to come from Chicago to Fort Lauderdale, and we were just starting to get up and get ready to go. And then everybody turns on the news and finds out this horrible thing.
So if you're starting to get ready, you had like maybe a 10:30 departure, something like that.
It was closer to probably noonish.
Noonish departure. You're getting up around 8, 9. What time typically? What would be your itinerary on when you had to get to the? Let's say on a noon departure. What time did you have to be at the plane?
We have to be at the plane about an hour before.
And that's
you
actually
have to start getting ready.
checked through.
Yeah.
But back then it was just you didn't really have much of a check, did you? Right?
No, because there was no TSA. It was all private security then. So you just say hi and walk through the metal detectors.
Show them your I'm a flight attendant when you pee out.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, all right, whatever. And then you get on the plane, you do your checks, and you're on your way. And then now, that would take an hour.
So here you are. You got a noon departure, Chicago to Fort Lauderdale, probably direct, right?
Yep.
And you probably, are in your hotel room. You start getting rumblings of some stuff going down, and you probably watched it unfold on TV like everybody else did.
Absolutely. It was probably the worst, days of all of our lives at that point.
Now, are you getting reports back from like dispatch or whoever you guys report back to with regards to your flight? Like, when did your flight get canceled?
It just didn't. You just knew nothing was happening. You know, there was no communication. There was no way to communicate at that point. All the phone lines were busy and all the phone lines were dead.
So you knew not to even attempt to go to the airport, right?
Yeah, we just knew that the world was shutting down at that point.
Now, at that point, now you were probably in the same hotel as your captain, right?
Yes.
And has he gathered up the troops, so to speak, and you guys kind of all gotten together and you guys are watching this?
There must have been like maybe 8 crews there anyways, overnighting. So,
right.
You know, there's tons and tons of people, plus other airlines. And then, everyone starts gathering in the lobby to see what's happening.
So when's the orgy start?
Oh, later in the evening. Everybody, brings out their little vodka to calm themselves. And, the tequila starts coming. And then all of a sudden it just spirals into a sex.
And so you can remember that day and the crew. Was it a crew that you were familiar with that you were flying with that day?
Very, very close friends.
And was it a crew that you were sexual with?
Yes, especially the girls.
Oh, so hold on. So prior to 9/11, you'd already messed around with the crew that you were flying with on 9/11. You'd already messed around with the girls.
Yes, we had some orgies in the past at their houses, like little parties, little soiree.
Now, when you say their houses, is that with their husbands or are they single?
One was their husband was there, and then the other time there was no husband. Nobody was married.
I thought radio we should have got into the airline industry instead of radio. Sounds like that's more ass than I got. So now, but on your 9/11 crew, had you been with the captain or FO prior?
No, I had not. He was actually my roommate.
Who? What?
He was my roommate.
The captain or the
captain.
FO?
The captain was my roommate.
In real life?
He had a sailboat parked outside my apartment. So we shared a sailboat slip in an apartment.
But you're going to try to tell me you guys weren't blasting?
Nope, we weren't. He was not.
Was he gay?
No, he was just not good looking.
He was like Anna's friend.
All right, so you're with the crew. You're with on your 9/11 assigned. Your 9/11 assigned crew. You'd messed around with a few of the girls. The captain was your roommate that you weren't attracted to. How about the FO?
I don't remember him.
All right, so that night the entire country's riveted. The airline industry, the industry that you work in, is by far the most affected industry of this national crisis. Like this is I hate to use a bit, but your job is like ground zero of this particular issue.
Yeah.
And so
and that's how we dealt with it.
So you get drunk, you guys are, and then where does when does it start? Does your girlfriend just say, "Hey, come over to my room," and then what happened?
Well, she likes to take her top, correct, and walk around the hotel. She was running in circles because the hotel had this big courtyard, so you could run around in circles. So she was topless, putting her boobs on everybody's windows into their room.
Where's this girl at right now?
She's married and she's totally changed now. But
so she's putting her jugs on everybody's glass because you guys are staying like on an embassy suites, like courtyard kind of deal, or like some. I'm assuming
kind of deal like that.
Do you like to remind her where she came from?
The rooms.
Right. So she's now coming and putting her jugs on everybody's glass, right?
Yes, exactly.
And so at that point, do you just invite her in?
That starts everybody going. Everybody's now,
topless.
doing more shots and getting more, and then more girls become topless. And
are you? When do you become topless?
I actually don't think I was topless.
Really?
I think I took off my pants.
All right, so you got your kitty hanging out.
You're
saying,
porky pigging it.
You're porky pigging it.
I still had my underwears on, but I was running around with no pants.
Right, and captains, they got their wieners out.
Just one testicle.
I can remember a couple. Yeah, I can remember a couple salivating.
You know how there's been so many documentaries about 9/11?
Yeah, I've never seen this one.
We need to do this one about what did the airline industry do for the 48 or
while the rest of the nation was grieving.
While the buildings were crashing down, there were flight attendants in Chicago showing their jugs.
Refusing to let Al-Qaeda win.
Yeah. Al-Qaeda killed everybody except the flight attendants. So
we had to grieve somehow.
Right. So you guys Did it start girl on girl, and then you guys mixed in some dudes?
She was always so good. You know, she was my favorite.
Good at her stuff.
She just licked.
Okay.
Right. She was just really, really good at being a lesbian.
Yes, she was really, really good, and so it made it very easy. So you know, she just starts up, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I can do this.
And then next thing you know, there's a crowd.
Then next thing you know, there's at least a couple more people.
Guys
Not
or
a
girls?
crowd, I wouldn't say. Both.
Right, and then now
And that poor captain that I was not attracted to, my roommate, you know, comes sashaying in, and he's like, "Well, can I get some?" I'm like, "But not for me."
Did he get any? Poor little guy.
You guys
He did.
Now, did you have
Poor
some
guy.
captains that were like, no, we're just? I mean, I know he's a 4-striper, but no.
Well, yeah. Actually, a couple of the guys were getting very upset. They weren't getting upset that we were all naked, but they were getting upset because that meant they were losing their jobs that night.
What do you mean losing? They were because the airline industry.
The airline industry was, going to have to literally, crash. So a lot of them had to be furloughed after that.
Now, but was it literally? You said 4 days, then 4 days. So were you just a complete Roman orgies for 8 days?
For about 4 days. We had to go back to work after that 4 days, and then it became serious.
So, but after 4 days, was it just were you exclusively with girls, or were you with guys too?
No, it was still guy. I always liked guys, but the girls were still there. And then, we partied so hard, I had to go to the hospital when I got back to Fort Lauderdale because my liver was so bad.
Really?
Gave yourself liver cirrhosis?
I gave my liver was like just
unable to process, filter all the crap
from all the alcohol and drugs and stuff.
Exactly. That happened when we were out in Las Vegas too. We used to stay out in Las Vegas for 6 or 7 days at a time.
That hasn't even happened to Lummy yet.
That is so cool that my flight attendant that's supposed to save my life when we hit the water, she's got liver issues because she's partying so hard in Vegas. She's got from the ER.
Yeah, partying with the captain and first officer that's flying the plane.
Yeah.
Yep. That's with the hospital band on and everything, right?
Now, so you didn't get any on the 9/11 orgy. You didn't hook. You probably was either another airline or another crew because you said you weren't attracted to your crew's guys.
No, I didn't like any of our guys that night.
But you found some, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I can't remember that. I'm sure we did because we had so much fun that
you should write a book. You really should.
We've always said that. All of us have always said that the things that we see, the things that we encounter, the things that we've done. People have written books.
Have you seen did you see that
book? Probably you should do a podcast with the cougar.
Yeah, I should do a podcast with you, the flight attendant cougar.
I would love that. In fact, there's so many people that would, when I tell I just wish I would have kept track of everything.
Don't you wish you would have kept a journal?
22 years.
Don't you wish you would have kept a journal? Be like, okay, it's Chicago to Fort Lauderdale today. There's couple of cute guys in first class. There's
I wish I would have.
A-hole in 14C that's giving me a problem. I'm flying with a first officer who I've blasted a lot. He's got a 12-inch penis. The captain's a little old. I don't like him. He's a little bit of a dick. But I have scissored the second scissored 2 of the flight. Now, would you ever get in? Would you ever be flying with a couple flight attendants that you'd hooked up both, and they were got like a jealous
pilot?
So at one,
how about that? Well, whole crew that you've actually had sex with. How about that?
With everybody.
Yes. From
the captain to every flight attendant you've been with.
Yes.
So what happens on that night? Who gets it?
You go out for dinner, you go out for drinks, and then see what happens. And usually if it's been like that, you've been with everybody, then it's kind of just like a toss of the coin, I guess.
But was there ever a point when you'd been with everybody that you would be like, let's listen, I've been with you, Lisa, and I've been with you, Ron. Let's just have a threesome tonight.
Yeah, yeah. That's how that, started. That all those have started. It starts one-on-one, and then it bring in another.
Now, were you on the pill back then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys use protection too?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Some did. some don't.
You know you didn't like condoms. Don't lie.
No, I don't like condoms. However,
I love it.
Nobody likes condoms.
Some of the guys are dirty, and some of the girls are dirty. Me being one.
How
You
many
don't know where
STDs did
anybody's
you
been.
get?
How many STDs did you have over the years?
None, thankfully.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You were
Just the herp on the lip.
Oh,
you
you got the herp on the lips.
Like
I got
kids
the
get
herp.
that, you know.
Yeah, kids
Yeah,
get that
herp
from
The
on
kids.
parents kiss them, or someone kiss them on the face.
grandma was all over your face,
That's
and
how-
for real.
That's how most
how I
people
got
get
mine.
it.
Flight attendant parents
My
kiss them on
mom
the
gave it
lips.
to me at birth.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, but hey, listen. As long as it stays above the chest, we got no problems with that.
exactly.
When you
yeah.
when you're going to have an outbreak, right? So you just
So you never even got like chlamydia?
Never.
never a yeast with a pH kicker, nothing.
The fish smell. Wow, that's every chick,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Wow. Did you now listen? Did you ever like? I gotta watch. No, Pedro's wife. I gotta watch how I say this because we're on regular radio. Okay, so I gotta watch how I say this. Did you ever? Because the flight attendants used to dress a little cuter than they do now. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, they had like the pantyhose with the like a little business skirt. You know, back in the day. Did you ever? Oh, I gotta be careful. Did you ever act as a flight attendant after having freshly just been made love to by the captain, and you just pulled your pants up and left?
From the cockpit, yes.
Oh, from the
Yeah,
cockpit.
she can't shower.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you gotta
Now, did
pull
any
yourself together
did
and
any,
walk out of the cockpit with 100 and
right? Did
or
any
200 people watching.
Did any of the people know what just happened?
No.
But like, I mean,
Not at all.
But I mean, how long could you? I mean, you couldn't be up there for 45, 50. I mean, it had to be a quickie.
Oh no, it's fast. It's
Right.
real fast. But think about it. In that stressful situation, how fast would you be done?
Well, quick. I could, us guys can determine whether we're quick or long. Like, like right, Blitz. If you got to bust off a quickie or if you got long session Willie here.
Yep.
We all know. It's just it's a little thing that we got. It's like a gorilla instinct that we have.
Yeah.
We know.
Did you ever feel bad that you were distracting the pilots and the plane might go down and you kill a bunch of people because you wanted to have sex?
No.
It's just a
That's
little
what autopilot's
turbulence.
for. That's what autopilot's for.
Okay.
Yeah, they put that thing on.
They don't fly. No, they don't fly.
All right.
Nobody flies.
I don't know.
Anna.
I'm like, aren't they there for a reason?
Anna, let me tell you about the airline industry by today's standards, and
Yeah.
she'll even tell you it's so autopilot out they don't even land it and take you to the gate. For real.
Yeah, it auto lands. Well, if the airplane has it, it can auto land.
But I mean, most pilots,
You don't
I
even
do,
need to be there.
I do know some commercial pilots, and they're like, yes, it can auto land, but we still hand land it just so we keep our skills up. Like most captains
okay.
still.
Exactly.
But
They-
it pretty much flies itself.
Yes.
They land it.
It flies itself. In fact, you're not even allowed to hand fly. I mean, you're not allowed to hand fly. In flight, it has to be on autopilot.
Right.
Okay.
After
All
a certain. Like again, and I think I'm right, Blitz, in the fact that
Takeoff and landing.
that's just so the guys keep their skills up.
They do it for fun, basically.
The autopilot can do that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Sorry, didn't know.
I heard the autopilot will take you right to the goddamn gate.
Yep. From the gate to
Yeah,
the
I
gate.
mean, it's so advanced. I mean,
Now-
now they're trying to work on where you only have one pilot up there, but you can't because of all the suicidal pilots now.
Oh, Christ.
Great.
Yeah.
Two grabbers ever worth
Now, of
1,000
course, you're
bits.
married now to Pedro, and you would never do this. But like,
No.
do you
Right,
do you know any of your girlfriends that are still breaking a little something off in the cockpit?
No, I don't actually. Kind of everybody now in the last 5 years has kind of grown up. We're all in our 40s now.
Is that what you told Pedro?
Yeah. When's the last time you got it on in the cockpit?
When's the last time you and Pedro did it?
Well, Pedro is staying home from work today, so he's
Probably got
he's
probably got
he's
some
gonna
on
be
deck.
asking for some now.
Yeah, he's probably all worked up on the story, and he's already at full attention. To be honest with
Yeah,
you.
he just walked back in the door and he's got this big giant smile on
Yeah,
his
he's
face. because
he's like, wrap that story up, bitch. I got something for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play Captain
Pedro is
Robinson
idle.
here. We're playing
our
Four Striper.
3-year-old
Pedro's
our
in the chat. Said,
3-year-old
doesn't
talks
Bubba
about
need to
Bubba.
go to break?
What's that about your 2-year-old?
Our 3-year-old talks. Is that Bubba
See?
on the radio?
Listen, Pedro's wife, and we can just simply call you that. I'd love to do like a podcast with you about the industry.
I have so many more questions.
I would love to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we know, and that's what we'll call you, Pedro's wife. You fly for, ABC Airlines.
I would love that.
So
it would be a lot of fun. There's a lot to talk about.
Well, tell Pedro,
good and bad,
to give me permission on how some way I can get a hold of you, respectfully, and whether that's through email or text or whatever.
Pedro will handle
I don't
it.
want to be shady. Give me Pedro's information. He can put us together, and I would love to do. I mean, Anna, I find this industry fascinating.
It really is interesting. I mean,
It
I'm
really
more
is.
surprised that
Especially
Pedro.
pre-9/11.
I'm surprised that Pedro was cool with you continuing to be a flight
Well,
attendant.
Pedro doesn't have any good pool guy stories.
He's a good guy, though.
And
He's a good guy.
we want Pedro to have all these stories, and he doesn't.
No.
I got stories for Pedro too. Be like, hey, Pedro, and then he'd be like, hey, I was cleaning Mrs. McGillicuddy's $7 million.
I do have some great stories of some private, like you said, private airline. I never flew on a private airline, but I do know people who have,
Yeah,
and
they
I've
get
been
crazy
part
too.
of that. I've been part of that, the extracurricular activities.
I want to. The next time I talk to you, I want to talk about all the. And you say that you didn't, but all the passenger D you got, because you had to get some.
Yeah, there's been a few over the years.
Yeah, and how that worked
but
out.
very little.
I understand, very little, but you were a good-looking flight attendant that was in
My
a hotel.
personality was more the attractive part of me at that point.
But don't I've begged
She's
Pedro.
like, want to bang? And she was like, yeah.
But no, but I've begged Pedro, be like, hey, it's Pedro, and I was going to this $7 million mansion, and Mrs. McGillicuddy, whose husband was the #1 lawyer in town, and he was at work. I was going to skim her leaves and getting her pH chlorine, Willie getting ready, and next thing you know, she comes out in a full-length, lingerie deal and tells me, I want to see her skimmer.
You said Pedro would be like, I just cleaned it and left.
Pedro's walked in on a guy, guys jerking off all the time in their backyard.
Yeah, there was always guys, not girls.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So listen, Mrs. Pedro, I need to either put you on hold.
We got her number.
Oh, we got her number?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'd love to do a podcast, with you occasionally about, the naughty flight attendant or something.
Hell yeah.
I would love that.
All right. Thank
Well,
you.
it was a pleasure.
Thank you,
finally
Miss-
getting to talk to you guys.
Likewise, Miss Pedro, and thank you for the stories.
You're very welcome. I
now-
hope you guys have a lovely week.
Now, go out and just really give Pedro some good ass now.
I'll try to.
Please do.
And I'll be saying goodbye, with my little wave, my bye-bye hands.
Yeah, your bye-bye hands.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mama. Take good talking to you.
Nice to talk to you guys.
Man,
Wow.
I swear to God, I could talk about that all day.
I know. We almost did.